Welcome back to Packernet. JJ Leahy, Ryan Schlip, and Jake Shavink, and the guest of honor, Mr. the one and only Matt Ramage. Bro, I am so happy that you are on this stream with us because holy cow, you are a gem of Packers Twitter, and we enjoy your content so much. And I got to be honest, I think the three of us are going to really have to try to keep up with you tonight because you bring it versus Bears fans like nobody else in the entire Packers social media sphere.
Shut up, JJ.
I am psyched.
No, because it's funny because like when I first started, people were like, "You're the rant master," and then I saw like Mr. Ryan over here, and I was like, "Nah, he's better." And then now since then, people have been saying it like Ryan's the rant master, but I'm glad to even be included in that. But I bring it to Bears fans. Like we could talk about it. Like Lions fans too. They're next on my list. I made a video and it just like in the last hour reached Lions fans. Like a big Lion page must have reposted it. So I was just going at them. And I actually don't even hate Lion fans. But like I
live in Michigan. They're the worst.
Well, like the whole Lions pride thing. How can you have a phrase Lions pride, but you're most known for having bags on your head? How is that a thing? Like pride. Do you know what pride means? Like it drives me nuts. So like I said it in my podcast. I posted a clip. I didn't even want to post a clip. I was like, I shouldn't post this. And I did. And then, to hell with them. I mean, Lions fans, I was cool with them, but I don't know if I will be tomorrow.
No.
Even if Ryan is a rant master, Matt, you get under Bears skin like nobody else does.
They don't
the Bears
like
fan skin. No, they hate your guts. It's hilarious.
Dude, they hate me so.
If I was a Bears fan, I would hate you.
Oh, I would too. I say all the time. Like if I was a Bears fan, like I would block me. Like I wouldn't want this cancer in my life. Because I talk crap when it doesn't even make sense to talk crap. I mean, I haven't had to talk crap after a loss because the Packers have owned them like so long. Like the last time the Packers lost to the Bears, like my kids were like in middle school or something. Like they were like I was going to basketball games, and now one is already graduated from college. So like I Bears fans are the worst. I mean, I wouldn't say Bear fans are the worst. The Bears are the worst. I get along with a lot of their fans. A lot of their fans understand like what it is. Like we're just having fun. We're talking trash. Viking fans are the worst. Like they have no idea. They're just talking just to talk. They say things that don't even matter. And then they just hang their banners for like, they're like, look, I can't stand it. Yeah. They'll hang a banner for anything. Banner. Aaron Rodgers gets hurt. Let's throw a banner up there.
I mean, isn't the horn kind of like a verbal banner?
Yeah, it is a little bit. The horn. I tweeted about that. I was like, I would never go to the Vikings game in Viking Stadium. I can't stand the whole skull thing. I know a guy on my Facebook who is like from like where like the skull, the ancient. I forget what
like Norway or something.
Yeah, something like that. He's from there, and he's like, they don't even do it right. Like they're not even. The way that they use it, the way they spell it, means that you were dominated by Vikings. Like it's not even like real how they use it. Their whole franchise, like Aaron Nagler was on my podcast one time, called them a plastic franchise, and it's so true because it's just a billionaire who, well, let's buy a franchise. They have no culture. They just steal stuff from soccer anywhere they can get it, and then they're out there clapping. The whole clapping thing is stupid. I know one Vikings fan at work. He's a cool guy, but he always has this clap thing. He's just like putting his hands. I'm like, dude, I just want to punch him in the face, even though he's a nice guy. He's a great guy, but whenever he does the clap thing, whenever I see it, I just like in my mind, my brain breaks a little bit. You know what I mean? Let me. I'm gonna share this thing. That's why I'm looking at my phone. I'm not over here texting people.
Just get me out of here.
Yeah, I'm not like,
tell me I need to do a chore.
Yeah, she's like, I'm like, call me, make my phone ring. I'll turn the ringer on. But, anyways, I appreciate you guys having me on. This is fun.
Well, it's Bears week. Part of what we're gonna do tonight is roast the crap out of the Bears because
let's go.
It's our second favorite pastime besides watching the Packers beat the crap out of everybody. I saw something this week that felt like the perfect metaphor for the Bears. So I've been watching some Godzilla movies and really enjoying them. And I got on Rotten Tomatoes and I have a blog post ranking like the best rated Godzilla movies ever made. And like near the bottom was the 1998 Matthew Broderick Godzilla movie. And I'm like, come on, how bad can it be? So I'm watching some of it. And part of it, I'm like, all right, there's like a definite nostalgia for me. Cause like, dude, this was so cool when I was a kid. And like, surely it still holds up today, right? Like, you got this, nostalgia. And then I'm realizing like a lot of the stuff is like so antiquated in there. Some of the jokes, like they just don't land anymore. The CGI, like it's not cool. It doesn't work. And then, I'm kind of thinking like the whole thing feels dated. And then they just start dropping some really offensive slurs. And it's like, I'm sitting there. It's like shocking how out of date this is. And I'm like, this is kind of like when you watch the Bears and you're like, oh, come on. It's this storied franchise. And, surely a lot of what they do still really works, right? Oh, it really doesn't work anymore. And like some of it is like shockingly out of date. And you look at it and you're like, do you guys think that this is okay? Because this is not okay. All this, emphasis on crap that just doesn't work anymore, antiquated 1980s football and trying to make it work in 2023.
I mean, like
Shocking.
how they like dominate running the ball every single year and think that means something. Like the last 2 years, I think they've been the best rushing team in football. And
we're gonna have the two highest paid off-ball linebackers.
Yeah, linebacker, running back, like that's the way we got to go.
Yeah, that's what really matters. That's how you know the Bears are good because they have not just the highest paid off-ball linebackers. They got both of them.
Yeah, that's how you know you're good. I by the way, before we move on, I left this up here for a long time because I asked the same question. I have no idea what that means, and it was the first comment, and it came in before we even went live. So I don't know how that even works. I don't know how Goose even did that. But that's
the
pretty
audio
impressive.
Podcast.
And I think Goose is
You're
doing the best possible job he can to win Derailer of the Week. I don't think he's ever won it. And he's like, I'm winning it today. I'm going to be Derailer of the Week. I'm going to say some random crap and see if they can go off on a tangent.
I saw someone, I saw that tweet earlier and I didn't know what it meant. But now it's all starting to come together.
This is a tweet?
I didn't know it was a tweet.
No. Or you mean the comment?
No, I saw someone tweet it earlier. I think when you said I'm going to be on the show, someone said I'll be a derailer of the week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like,
probably Goose.
Right.
He's trying. We'll see. I don't know. By the way, Goose is not happy with your Godzilla slander. Apparently, I don't think I've ever seen a Godzilla movie, so I can't really interact with anything we're talking about here. But
I was thinking Matthew Broderick, is that the guy from Ferris Bueller?
Yeah.
Oh, there you
go. And The Lion King, his other movie that he had.
I didn't know he was in a Lion King.
Either.
I'm not good at voices. People hear my wife will hear a voice in a cartoon Disney thing. And she's like, oh, that's the guy from that movie. I'm like, I have no idea. Like, I don't, my brain doesn't log voices like forever from like 97.
You're perfectly describing my marriage because I'm the one who's like, oh, that's Matthew Broderick. And my wife's like, why do you care?
Yeah, dude, my wife will Google. I'll be watching
I'm trying to watch the movie.
Yeah, I'll be watching a movie with my wife, and she'll Google. I know that guy from somewhere, and then she'll be hammering away for 15 minutes trying to Google this person. Oh, he was in that movie we saw in '94, and then what happened?
The movie's over.
Oh, yeah, you missed the whole. And then I get mad. She don't care. I'm like, you missed the whole plot. The first 15 minutes of movie sets the whole thing up, and you're over here Googling what other crap movie this guy was in before he even made it. But
Jake, which team are you on? Are you a actor person or no?
No, I like the movie. I'll do the actor stuff afterwards. If there's something bothering me that much, it can wait. It can wait. So
at best, pause it. Shut it, and I'll ask her, you want me to pause it? No, I'm good. Like, no, let's just shut it down. Let's figure it out. What you got to go.
This is apparently a big deal. Let's turn the lights freaking back on. Crying out loud.
She doesn't care. My wife can leave. She'll we're watching a movie. She'll go do the dishes and go to the bathroom, do all. Then she'll come back like, you want to know what happened? She's like, no, I'm like, no, you need. Why are you watching?
Yeah,
this?
I know.
But
I get irrationally angry the same way you like. She's the same. My wife's she's like a multitasker, so she's texting, she's doing other stuff, and I'm just looking at her like, are we gonna do this or not? Like, I shouldn't
That
care. Like,
does bug
you
me.
enjoy it the
That
way
does
you want to
bug me,
enjoy it,
yeah.
but it's like, well, you're not watching the movie. I'm because
Yeah,
I'm 100%
you're
like
missing
zoned in. Yeah, and she's just kind of like, oh, that's nice. I can't do that. I can't. I'm either watching a movie or let's just go do something else.
And it's
Because you
funny
actually
because
like
like
movies. Your wife
Right.
probably doesn't
Maybe
like
maybe that's the thing. She doesn't really care.
because if she's reading a book and I start yammering about some dumb crap that I'm talking about,
Yeah.
she'll like stop the book and like make it a thing like, oh, okay, what? And like she'll like make it like I just shut down her whole world. I'm like, why are you not the same with a movie? Like with a book, it's like she has to. I guess you can't read and listen to someone yammer in your ear about, and it's never nothing important. I'm just yammering about. Did you know that Jordan Love almost has 4,000 yards passing? Do you know that? And the Bears have never had a quarterback to have that many yards. But
Oh,
she's
my
like,
wife is sick of hearing
man.
about that. She's been hearing about it
Yeah.
all week.
and
That's
she's
last,
reading a
like, 2
novel about like
Yeah.
some great love story that she's hoped to live up to one day, but never happened for her.
Kempner Sports is weighing in on this. He said, "This just in: men and women are different." That is
Yeah.
true,
Yeah.
but also
We are.
Hacker fans are built different.
Yeah, we are. Kemper Sports is my guy. He's been on my stuff a lot
Good
of times. We chat. He's a good guy, but we definitely are different, especially the one in this house. I can only speak on the ones in this house. I hope she's
King.
not listening. She's not watching this.
This we were talking about how like the Viking horn is like a verbal banner. This right
Yeah.
here is like a real life deleted tweet.
Yeah,
Yeah. Right.
that's
For
a
the-
perfect analogy.
For the audio only podcast, it's a photo after the week 1 Bears Packers game. There's a dumpster with a sign in it that says, "Where is AA Ron?" And then all these sad Bears fans walking away with their heads.
They really thought that was going to be a big slam.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. They were like, it probably went viral a little bit. They got a little bit of attention. That's about all but they're not
Oh,
even
yeah.
looking at the camera, so your face isn't even known. Still, no one knows who you are. I hate the Bears. The whole fan base. The whole fan base is just a joke.
Mike, I understand you're trying to win Derailer of the Week, but what the heck? What is
Have
this
you
related
seen the
to?
other stuff that he has been like saying? Oh,
What is this?
I was gonna say,
whole
I'm
have
sure
to do
there's
with
context,
Cousins and
but I
his
just-
shirt off, and he's
yeah,
like,
I
just doing
refuse.
random stuff right now.
So
Here, so we got. Hold on. Let's go back here. What do we got? So he says, "Let's go, fellas." Then
Yeah.
we got. He says, "Skull is a toast in ancient Norse culture." So he's still on topic.
Sure.
Then he says, "Not sure how skull or skull has anything to do with Kirk Cousins topless."
He said Kurt Cousins.
Kurt Cousins, excuse me.
Cousins.
And then he just comes in with the freaking hammer. He hasn't derailed us yet. So he says, Mike is an Irish name that comes from the biblical name Michael, meaning who is like God.
Shut up, Mike.
So wait, hold on a second. Mike comes from Michael.
Mike
That's
comes
not
from
possible.
Michael.
yeah,
That's
Like,
not
who'da
possible.
News.
Hold on a minute.
So
Wait,
You
where does
have-
Matt come from?
Yeah,
first of all,
Somebody investigate this.
yeah. I need
the
to
name
know.
Matthew. The name Matthew means a gift from God.
There you
And
go.
that is why I have an extremely large ego. My mom told me this at a very young age. She's like, "You were a gift from God." I'm like, "What about everyone else?" She's like, "The hell with them. You were a gift from God." No, I don't have
You
a
and
big
all the
ego.
other Matthews.
Yeah.
Now, are you a gift from the Christian God or from one of these Norse gods that the Vikings fans are
All of
dishonoring
them.
with their
All
garbled
every God.
They all love
skull
me.
chant?
Yeah, yeah. I run into a Buddhist. They're like, "Oh, I didn't realize your name was Matthew, bro. I didn't realize." And then they just send me money.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if we should be talking about this.
Probably not. We're gonna
We're
hit
all-
a snag somewhere here.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose every sponsorship I ever got.
Hey, Katie's on topic. The next comment.
Uh-oh. Next one. All right.
I like
Wow,
that
that's-
comment. So mad as a gift from me.
Hey, Katie.
Just not off.
Oh.
So now is the time for Derailer of the Week. And this is the part of the show where our biggest fan sends in a large donation.
Shut up.
My favorite part of the show.
People just send you guys money.
See if you can win an award here. The award is sent us the biggest chunk of money. Ready? Go.
Yeah. I'm going to start this on my show.
Yeah, right. We play a game here called Who Wants to Pay Me Money?
Yeah. Anyone who sends me the most amount of money, I will
thank them
and give them an award that doesn't exist. Probably. Is there a trophy?
I'll use 5% of the money that I collect.
Yeah, I was saying I'll use all the money you give me to buy an award and then send it to you. Charge you shipping.
Brian says, so when are we talking draft? Brian, that comes up in the third half of the show.
Then the fourth half, it gets really nuts.
Yeah, right.
So
the fourth half usually comes after we end the live stream, and then we're all intending to go to bed, but Jake says something super interesting, so we stay here and bullcrap for 45 more minutes.
Dude, that's
talking about running back elusiveness or something stupid.
You know,
I think the best part of every podcast is like after you stop recording and you just bullcrap with the next person, and like we should have never stopped recording because this is way better.
Yeah,
this is why nobody listens to us. I mean, they listen to you guys; they don't listen to me.
But I'm only here to read the comments, man. I just push record and then read the comments. This freaking we got Goose says Christopher comes from Christ-like or means Christ-like, and then Heretical Game says Matt comes from Matt Shield.
That's fantastic. Fantastic.
That's good.
Very, very good.
I think
it's
pronounced Matt Cole because it's like the ending of Michael.
Sure.
Yeah,
Matt
I guess it has to be. Oh my gosh.
I should have brought more.
So our coach's full name is Matt Cole LaFleur.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I want to know what his middle.
Dude, I'm gonna use that
means
too.
in the Bible.
I'm gonna start using that. Like when I order delivery, what's your name? Matt Cole. That's my name.
Or spell it right on the receipt.
I need this. I need the Starbucks attempt on this right now.
Right?
I want to know.
Because you know they're gonna turn around and start googling shit. Like, what the hell name was that?
What did he just say to me?
He's just making stuff up. Is he recording? He's trying to make a TikTok.
I am surprised.
Wow. Wow.
Dang, is that the biggest dono we've ever gotten?
Wow.
I think it is.
Ryan,
wow.
Ryan,
Holy
the
cow.
father Buntrock.
Shut it down.
What was
I have
Ryan
never
short
got
for?
I have never got a $20 donation.
I actually hold on, Father.
I want half of that.
Ask you. You took me out to the bar one time and what was it, like the Trinity or something? You had a drink and it was just like a whole bunch of, it reminded me of that scene from The Office where it was just a bunch of crap put into a cup and I drank it and it cost you $1 billion and it was just ridiculous. What the heck was that and what was it called? If you don't mind throwing it in
this
there.
guy in real life?
We went to college together. He was right next door to me in the dorms.
All right, so I don't want $5 then. I want my cut.
Okay.
See, we can split Tyler's donation, but
Tyler's in for
Okay.
$4.99. First off, here's your money request. Second off, let's hope Justin Jones gets Myers on track because woof, he is a problem.
that is a.
Should we actually talk football? He's got kind of a football comment there. We haven't started yet.
Goose was said.
So
Let's
18
talk
minutes
draught,
in, we
and
could
it was
try
so
it.
close.
We were so close to talking draught there.
Yeah.
So, all right, Tyler paid $5 to skip the line. So eventually we got to go back and hit some of these comments that we're skipping. But Tyler does get to cut for paying $5.
Oh yeah,
And I think that this Justin Jones, Josh Myers point is absolutely worth talking about because Justin Jones is horrible. And Josh Myers has been horrible. And so I would like to see whose horribleness triumphs, or do they just cancel each other out?
Kind of like this show.
I feel like this could be shaping up for a situation where like Josh Myers sacks Jordan Love, but Justin Jones doesn't.
That's nice. Nice.
Fair enough.
No, they're just going to be stuck there for a while. For most plays, there's going to be like no movement, right? It's just like it's the movable object, and the stoppable force. So I'm sure we will hear nothing from either of them all Sunday. I'm sure there's no way, right? We can't. no one will say anything bad about Josh Myers on Sunday. That never happens.
I think Josh Myers is injured. Like he's not.
There's
he's
something
not
wrong.
Moving right. His range of motion doesn't look the same as it did earlier in the year.
Yeah,
I think
mean,
he's hurt.
It's entirely possible because he just hit a freaking wall and went to 0.
And like we don't have anybody else who can come in and help out at the guard spots, which is why we're still playing Elton and Runyon, despite the fact that they're getting worse every week. We also don't have anybody who can come in and play center. So I think it's just a matter of Josh Myers isn't healthy, but he's healthy enough that he can be on the field, and he's doing that for the team. And then, we're all sitting here crapping at him because he's playing like garbage. Unfortunate situation, but I that's what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
Working on the
Justin
math
Jones
over
might
here.
be
Talk
just what the
amongst
doctor
yourselves.
ordered.
Yeah. This is out of my realm of.
You guys are talking football. I'm
I know he's like, oh, they're talking X's and O's, but I think that you don't know about a guy being injured till after the season. Like some guy like that doesn't play real well, and then after the year, like, yeah, I had a broken leg last year. I don't know what. Like no one knew about it, but like my knee fell off week 4, but I just kept her moving. That always happens. Like even with Aaron Rodgers, like he's like after the year, he's like, yeah, my leg was broke. And they're like, oh,
Right, 2018.
you played-
Yeah.
yeah, like you played pretty good with a broken leg. He's like, yeah, call me Greg Jennings on Madden, bro. I keep it moving.
And the thing is, like, it makes sense in hindsight that you're like, oh yeah, you know what? You never look like that ever. And then out of the blue, after you took that huge hit that one game, you were just garbage
it
the
makes
rest of the season
sense.
after that. And also it makes sense that you wouldn't want to like make that publicly known, because then you have defenders like aiming for your leg, trying to make you sore. So I get it.
Yeah. I said to my boss too, like at the end of the day, they're like, hey, you didn't do nothing today. I'm like, yeah, I've been sick, bro. I think I might be COVID. I don't know what it is. I got something going on. And then they're like, just try to make an excuse, like why you're just trash that whole day. I don't think that's the case in the NFL. They probably do have broken bones and like they're all tore up. They do like man's work, I run a machine. I just stand there. Like, why'd you go to the bathroom 16 times a day? Because I hate everyone. That's why. I just had to step away just to like go in the bathroom and like, oh my God, why do I still work here? But that's
just in the
just
bathroom
me.
staring at the wall. Just
Yeah. Usually, you just stare at the wall like, what did I made some choices in this life and I regret every single one of them.
Does this work in marriage too? Like if your wife's like, hey, I asked you to swap the laundry and you said you would, and then you forgot. Can you does it work if you're like, dude, I hurt my shoulder, really messed it up?
They don't care, dude. That you
No.
could be dead, bro. You'd be at your funeral. I'm like, oh, look at Mr. Can't Do Laundry, laying down yet again, taking naps. Always laying down on the like. Me and my wife will have like a plan, like, hey, we're gonna do this thing today. We got like a project, whatever it is, and like 10 minutes in, she's like, I'm like, I gotta take a break. And she's like, what do you mean take a break? I'm like, yo, I'm union. I'm not used to working like straight hours without breaks. I'm a Teamster, bro. You know what I mean? We shut it down. I can't be giving you all my good work in the first 4. I always tell people at my job, I start my work at 4 a.m. At about 6 is when I'm going to give you my peak performance. And then I got a break about 6:30, right? And then I'm about, at the end of the day, about 10:30, 11 o'clock, I'm shutting it down. I'm not working that hard. You're going to get about 4 hours in the middle where I'm giving you my all. Everything outside of that, you're just going to get the leftovers. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a Teamster.
Matt,
That should be their logo.
Matt, what is your theory on the Samori Toure injury that landed him on IR? What do you think happened? What is his injury?
I
Your
have no
theory.
idea. What his
Broken
injury
hands.
is? Yeah, maybe. Maybe he was playing poker the night before, and maybe he like got like a paper cut, got a good hand. You get excited sometimes. No, I didn't even know he was hurt.
None of us did until they put him on IR.
Yeah, so I didn't
Magically.
know he was on IR because I was busy today. Or was that the day that they did that?
Yeah, this morning.
All right, I'm
No,
glad it was
yesterday
today.
morning.
Otherwise, it looks.
Yesterday
Oh,
morning.
now I look stupider than I did.
I mean,
But,
it was earlier today.
I'm on vacation. Yeah, so earlier today. So I didn't even see that because I wasn't on social media too much today. But yeah, that's weird. It probably was. He's probably eating like a quick trip sandwich or something. I'm a sellout. Throw that out there. No, but who knows? Maybe he was shotgunning the beer this morning. Maybe he was shotgunning the beer, and sometimes you I've done it. You play with that knife a little too much. Sometimes you got a screwdriver,
yeah.
shove that thing in your hand. You ever see someone do that? That's always fun, unless it's you. Then it sucks. They have it on video. They start sharing that thing to everyone. Like, hey, look at this guy shoved a screwdriver into his second hand. But it could have been that. He's been in Wisconsin for a little bit. He might have been shotgunning a beer and got a cut. But I don't know what the injury is. Did they say at all?
No, because
They're just like
when you
IR.
put a guy in IR, you don't have to report his injury on the injury report. You just put him on IR.
Yeah, they're like,
I
the
mean, you
hell
probably
that
have to
guy.
tell
He's on a.
you probably have to tell the NFL, like, oh man, he it just kind of tweaked something. Not sure what, but tweaked something. He's really not feeling good right
Just
now.
send it in
Yeah,
as
like-
tweaked.
Yeah, like the
I wish
Panthers-
I had IR at my job. I'd be like, yo, put me on IR, bro. Just like put me on IR. Like,
Call
let
it
me
into the
go
league
home.
office, man. I'm down.
Yeah, just let me
At least 4 weeks minimum.
Yeah, I'm on for 4 weeks. You don't gotta pay me. Just let me go home and don't fire me. Let me keep my insurance.
Pat, this is just called a vacation. You just need to ask for some vacation hours.
Yeah.
No, I'm on vacation
Like-
this week, but
There you
like I
go.
don't get that much. I get like 4 weeks a year, 5 weeks or whatever it is.
Yeah,
I
but you're
think
just asking for unpaid vacation. Like that's what you just.
Well, they
described.
don't. No, they don't do that. They don't let you.
No.
They're like, no, you're trying to escape, bro. You're trying to escape.
Get back
No,
here.
you get so many vacation days. We pay you no unpaid vacation.
Oh, man.
They show up
Every
at your house
time-
with a shotgun.
I know, real. They call on you like, hey, why aren't you here, bro? Like, you have a job. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. Dude,
Right.
my job. They'll get mad if you call in sick. If you call in late an hour before your shift, they get mad. Like, bro, if I knew an hour before my shift, I wouldn't have been late. You know what I mean? I shouldn't talk about my job. Probably get fired now. No one's watching this.
I'm gonna feel terrible if Matt actually gets fired because of his appearance. On
Right.
this show.
I know, right? I just start sharing too much. No one cares about my job. Anyways, let's keep it moving.
Jake, this question is for you.
Why is that?
Because I'm sure I'm not going to talk about it. I didn't watch the game, so I don't know.
You're just trying to get Jake in trouble over here.
No, I'm trying to get
I'm
JJ to talk about Michigan,
There you
and
go.
JJ does not want to. So
Let's talk
Hang
about
on,
it.
I can fix this. There we go.
All right, $5 to cut the line. I'm in. Anyone else see that Wolverine defense last night? Wink, wink.
I know what this is insinuating, because I know he's brought up Jesse Minter as the potential
Yeah.
DC
Yeah, a lot of people
plenty
want
of
Jesse
times on Twitter, and I think, I mean, they were talking about on the broadcast a lot last night about like they're running similar stuff to what Baltimore's running, and like this sort
Mike
of
McDonald is killing it in Baltimore, so sure, why not?
right. So like,
Why the heck not?
yeah, I mean, they took everything that Milroe improved upon and said, no, we're going to go back to that South Florida game or the Texas game.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, no kidding.
we're going to get you benched. And boy, they made it look that way. So
I'm fine with Minter because it's a pro style defense that they run there in Michigan. I mean, that is big boy football. I'm good with it. Bring it to Green Bay. It's cool.
He kind of looks like Matt LaFleur too, so I feel like it's a good fit.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Maybe
my
we can get
analysis.
Connor Stallions to come along. I'm cool with it. I
No,
don't think that's illegal in the NFL.
Yeah, well, let's have the best
Nah,
looking
Bill said
coaching
it's
staff
fine.
ever.
Yeah, Bill said it's fine. So we
The most groomed eyebrows
Yeah,
in the NFL.
that's I got my hair cut today, and they're like, "Hey, you want me to trim your eyebrows? Like, do you think it's necessary? Like, how old do you have to be when they start? Because they don't ask you. No one asked me that in my 20s and my 30s. No, I never got a lot of haircuts. No, and they're like, "Want me to trim your eyebrows?" Like, bro, like and I was like, if you think it's like, yeah, it's necessary. They're getting out of control over here. But yeah, I think that's the goal in the NFL. You want to have a good looking coaching staff.
I think so.
It's not working so well for the Vikings. Like Kevin
No.
O'Connell, I heard like a year ago, I was watching, there was this big tweet thread of all these ladies discussing who were the best looking head coaches in the NFL, and they were propping up Kevin O'Connell big time. I have not seen that translate into very impressive wins on the field.
No, and
Just
the
saying.
Patriots too. I don't know if the Patriots have a really good looking coaching staff, but I mean this
That's
year
true.
obviously they are what they are. But historically, last 20 years or whatever, they've been doing all right with some ugly people. Even Bill Belichick's kid. Bill Belichick's kid
See?
looks like
Man.
That's what I'm saying.
and like the Raiders owner, like that guy. I don't know who his barber is, but his barber's like, never tell anyone where you get your hair cut. Never tell anyone. So like, there's a lot of ugly people. Some are winning, some are not. And
When Matt Ramage says you're ugly, son, you ugly.
yeah. Like I remember one time I met someone with eyes worse than mine, and I was like, holy crap. Like and now I know what everyone else is going through when they meet me for the first time. Because that's when it's always a problem. Like someone meets you for the first time, because you see that look when they realize it, like, oh. Now I have to like. You ever try to shake someone's hand? They got like they don't have one.
Yeah.
Like it's always like a weird thing, but you got to just like play it off. That's how it is. Like when people look in my eyes, like, oh, okay, which one? Like they're trying to figure it out, and I'll just help them. Like me at 43, I'm like, right here, bud. This one right here. This one's over here checking out your wife. This is the one you want to look at, right?
Oh,
For the record, that
Anyway.
is the eye I have always looked at.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, people will say, I don't know what eye I look at. How about the one that's looking at you, bro?
well, I was gonna say it
One's
seems
looking at you-
intuitive. Why
Yeah,
are you
one's
looking at the
looking
one
at-
that's staring off into space, dude?
Yeah, one's looking at the moon, bro. That's why, you know, and in like the summertime, I wear sunglasses every time because like one's looking at you, one's staring at the sun. And I have a tear. I have a tear coming out my eye because I'm just staring into the abyss of the sun.
I can only say
dying
one of
over
them.
Yeah, that one's on its own mission. They're like, don't stare at the sun. Don't tell that eye that, because that one's staring right at the sun.
It just goes
All right.
wherever the sun is. No matter where you
Yeah,
look, it just
No
follows
matter
the sun
where I
everywhere.
am, the sun's just like, and I just got a tear. Like, are you sad? I'm like, no, I just stare at the sun for 20 minutes during this whole conversation.
Oh,
I just
dying over
picture if Matt ever tried to play football, his coach would get so pissed at him. I said, keep your eyes on the ball.
Dude, one of my favorite videos is like I was watching my son play baseball, and then his coach said, "Good eye, Ramage." I walked right to my car and made a video about it because I was like, I've never heard anyone say it to me before. I've never heard anyone say the words "good eye, Ramage." No one's ever said it until that day, and it wasn't about me. But because he just got walked a lot. You get walked a lot, like, hey, good eye. You know, you can't hit, but hell, you can. You can get
I
walked.
just don't swing.
Yeah, just don't swing. Eventually, you know, you're like, it's like 6th grade. None of these kids can pitch. Just don't swing at it. You'll be all right. Half the umpires are drunk anyways. They're seeing double.
Jake, if we
Yeah.
did bring in Jesse Minter,
Anyways,
what would we need to
football.
change about our defense to fit what he likes to run?
You got to have a nickel that can do everything. And
Green Bay?
yeah, so are they really going to do that? I don't know. But no, I think that's a big part of it. You got to be able to tackle. That's a problem. Our
Mhm.
defense is really good at that.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Listen, we
Uh,
tried the
translate.
safety-driven defense. We tried the linebacker-driven defense. Do we really want to try the nickel-driven defense?
Yes, I do, because Cooper DeJean is right there.
Do it.
There
You
you go.
may not be right there, depending on how this Week 17 plays
I-
out here. If we get in the playoffs, if
I
we
think
start
it'll be as long as
winning a couple.
Green Bay, if they get into like the NFC Championship game, then it's probably out of the question. But they got a
So-
lot of picks.
I mean, playing around with the NFL playoff machine on ESPN, which is a lot of fun. I'm shocked at how many teams are still in the mix for the NFC right now. Like, it's actually still possible for the NFC South to get 2 teams in the playoffs, which is wild. Like, 2
Yes.
teams at the same time.
Yeah, and they
And
suck. The
and
entire
many
division
balls.
sucks.
and neither of those teams is the Falcons, but it is possible for the Falcons to win the division.
The NFC is wild this year. Like you could a couple weeks ago, they're talking about it. Like, oh, this team could like get in the playoffs or get the number 2 pick in the draft.
Yeah,
like,
it's still basically almost true.
There's 4 good teams and everybody else is trash.
Yeah.
Are there 4 good teams? I mean, the Niners.
Record-wise,
sort of.
Detroit, Dallas, Philly, San Francisco.
Looking at how this can shake out. I think best case scenario is clearly for us to get the 6th seed, because then that means that there's a good chance that the Rams, if they can take care of business against Dallas or Philly, they're taking on San Francisco.
Right.
Which would be
and
great.
We go up against Detroit and then like Tampa or a flailing Philadelphia.
Dude, I would love for the Packers to play Detroit in the playoffs at some point.
Oh, heck yeah.
To beat them. Bro, I would go.
Or the Cowboys.
And think about how great that is.
Though, and dance on them.
We play Minnesota, knock them out of the playoffs. We play Chicago. They're already out, but we beat Chicago. And then we end up beating Detroit. That's just, we're just doing just driving straight through them.
Dude, I would make so many videos just dancing. I hate these bastards. I hate them so much. And like, they're just so annoying. So I would talk. I don't even care what happens after that. I would spend my whole off season just making videos, making fun of them.
Oh, yeah.
Just like the 49ers, like the Niners, we own you in the playoffs. What happens the following week? You guys lose. They don't, I don't remember what happened. No, it's like, I hate these teams. And anyways, but like these fan bases drive me crazy. I would love, any of those teams for the Packers to beat in the playoffs. I would absolutely love it.
If we,
I'm drunk. Let me.
This past week,
Dallas wants to see
eliminated. What's that?
Do you think Dallas wants to see us?
I think Dallas thinks they want to see us.
I don't think they do.
I don't know. I think Dallas is traumatized by Green Bay.
Yeah, they don't want any part of this. I don't think.
The last thing in the world
if
they
you
want to
ask any
see.
Cowboys fan, they'd be like, "Oh well, but Rodgers is gone now, so
there's got to be some level of trauma deep down."
Yeah, the same thing with like the
Cowboys are
Packers and the 49ers. And with like
exactly. I don't care who their quarterback is or whatever. I don't want to play the 49ers. We're dead.
Yeah. The Cowboys don't scare me. I think it's the same thing as like the anti of that is like they don't. They were supposed to beat us a lot of times in the playoffs, and like we just do it. And the Cowboys screw them. I actually like Mike McCarthy, but like when it comes to decision making, I think it's a little sketched out on that one. Cowboys don't scare me. I mean, they do a little bit. I think it'd be a tough game, but if I had to choose, I think I would pick the Cowboys over the Niners because I do have some severe.
Easily.
I was at that playoff game at Lambeau. I was so hammered. I was having a good time. Like, yay, we're gonna win this game. And then like the field.
Were you hammered enough, or did it still hurt?
No, I actually had to defend a Niners fan. He almost got beat up because he was like celebrating, like, yeah. And then this lady next to him was like yelling at him, like, screw you. And she was crying. She was getting everyone riled up. Jeez. And then it turns out that was his like friend. That was like his girlfriend or something, or like his friend. And I was like, dude, she almost got you beat up because I thought she was like a stranger. And I was like, everyone calm down. He's allowed to celebrate. But she was like, kill him, beat his ass. And I was like, everyone calm down, And but it was cool because like we were drinking the whole game, like it was like a party. And I didn't think there was any chance the Packers would lose like the whole game, even though stuff were happening. That last field goal, like they're gonna miss it, But I was drinking for like 9 hours, and then when they got there, I was like, oh, what happened? Like, oh, we lost that thing. I was so stunned. But anyways, I have trauma. From
Mo
that.
Drayton happened. That's what happened.
Yeah. That was a horrible finish, but that was a fun game. I met some people. I don't remember them, but like, damn, what we met.
I'll never forget you.
Yeah, like I got pictures on my phone. Like, oh yeah, that guy. That guy was like, he's probably dead now. He was like 89. Looked like he was an old fella, but he was having a good time. Anyway.
By the way, if you're just listening audio and you're not here, you got to get in here. Because as people are talking, I'm just pulling up the most random comments and just cycling through, and I'm just over here giggling to myself. This stuff makes no sense.
Do you see Goose's one right below the one you have highlighted right now? because
I was going to do the two before that also, just four in a row here. They're all just going to crack me up.
He's trying.
He's going for it, man.
Yeah, he is. He is.
We'll get there.
I think anyone who derails us more, I don't think anyone can derail it more than I do.
No,
Just-
I think Matt wins. I'm
Yeah,
Oh,
Just
Goose
in
is going to be
general.
livid.
Goose he's been trying
Goose-
so hard.
Goose, if you want to out derail Matt, you know how to do it.
I just start talking about stuff, doesn't it? Even
You
on
can
my
just
own
buy
podcast,
the
I
award
just
from
like,
JJ.
I'm all
Matt
over
Listen,
Ramage
I have a
clearly won it,
price.
but
He's like
Goose,
the derailer of the week is I sell it now.
yeah. The selling price right now is officially $21.
We have so many people in the chat here. Like, we're never gonna get caught up.
I know. I'm. That's why I'm just going through. Like, I'm not even. Usually, I throw it up and then we eventually talk about it. Now I'm just going because we're never going to get to any of these. So I'm just clicking on them as I go along here.
Oh man.
If there's a question that somebody dropped like forever ago that we clearly have missed, and you still want it answered, put it back
it's
in the chat
all of
again.
them.
I know Garrett's been throwing some down there for sure on the Facebook side of things.
These are great.
So
So if we get into the playoffs, which I mean, I feel like we should basically assume that's going to happen at this point against the Bears. But
Yeah, Packers stomping them out. They're stomping them out.
Yep.
Just-
I mean,
it's done. It's already played. Already
should we devote 30 seconds to assessing whether the Bears are actually decent or if they're fake decent
Sure.
right now?
Yeah,
like,
might as well. It is a Packers podcast.
Yeah. So, from
Talk
what
about
we've
it.
seen, the box score with no context has looked favorable for the Bears. I don't think there's much of a way that you can slice Justin Fields' stats to really make him look that good, but the team as a whole, pretty good. I've been enjoying the "We want Fields" chants from Bears fans.
Bears fans are so confused. They don't know what's happening.
we
I
do
know.
too.
Yeah, exactly.
So Ryan, you want to take this first? What's your assessment of, especially the Bears defense? Because this has kind of been the deciding factor lately has been that defensively they have not allowed a ton of points.
Well, I mean, I know you said start defense, but I'm going to start offense because I do what I want. I was kind of surprised with when I looked at Justin Fields because I on the podcast I'm like, oh, he's looking better, and then when I did the comp with Jordan Love, I was looking at it like, no, he's not. He's not looking good at all. Like his stats are not good. He's throwing as many picks as he has touchdowns. His passer rating sucks. Like nothing is good here. The team just happened, and this is I actually saw something about this on Twitter about how like the MVP voting is guys are getting hurt or benefiting by how their team's doing. Like Lamar Jackson should not be MVP, but he's going to be because of the team that's around him. Jalen Hurts has been playing significantly better the last several weeks. He has fallen completely off the map as far as MVP voting because his team has fallen apart around him. It's so stupid the way our perception works about quarterbacks because it's all about the other team around him. And I think that's happening to Justin Fields. I don't think he's necessary. I mean, he's playing a little bit better considering how garbage he was last year, but he's not a good quarterback. But the defense and they're winning games. Obviously for winning games, it looks better. And your defense allowing 17, 16, 20, and 13 and 10 the last several weeks is fine. But yeah, I mean, you look at the Falcons, like, wow, you did smash the Falcons. The Falcons also did lose to the Carolina Panthers, so I don't know how much stock you put into that necessarily. Before that, you beat the Cardinals. I mean, freaking whoop-de-doo. You lost to the Browns before that. You did beat Detroit, which is great. You lost to the Vikings, who don't have a quarterback. You lost to the Lions right before that, which kind of takes away a little bit from the part where you beat the Lions. So, I mean, I think they do deserve some credit because they could not win football games before, and they are now. That's at least better than what they were, which is a team that couldn't win football games.
Yeah, they had like a 19-game losing streak or something.
Right, and like they hadn't won at home, and now they're winning all their home games, which, they're not at home in this game, which is also not to their benefit. I mean, all their wins, Falcons at home, Cardinals at home, Lions at home. The one loss was the Cleveland Browns. That was on the road, and they are on the road against the Packers. But, I mean, yes, they're deserving of credit. No, they're probably not as good as the hype, including the hype that I've been giving them a little bit in terms of giving them some level of credit. I haven't looked into it as deeply as I probably should have, but I was just trying to be nice because I've been so hard on them. But I don't know that they've done anything supremely impressive. I mean, are they better? Yes. Are they a good team? No.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I was flipping through some of my old receipts from the summer, and one of them, there's a Bears fan complaining about like, Justin Fields is looking really good in the preseason. Like, I can't wait to see more 2022 stats from Packers fans on Justin Fields. And I was like, actually, this is kind of interesting to revisit now. So I pulled it up. I did a comparison, Justin Fields 2022, Justin Fields 2023. And like, dude is not improved. Now he played significantly more games last year. So he's only played 11 games so far this year. He played 15 last year. He has attempted more passes this year than he did last year. The completion percentage is basically identical. The yards is lower. He has lower yards per attempt, few more yards per game. And then I looked at the rushing, and like his rushing has fallen off a cliff. So like he's throwing more, less effectively now than he did last year, and the rushing is gone. Like, I think I would actually take the 2022 Justin Fields over the 2023 Justin Fields. And he's got like better receivers around him now.
And first of all, I'd already said that was going to happen because there was somebody that was talking about it and saying basically it will never be replicated what Fields did. Like the amount of broken tackles and whatnot, nobody in history has ever done anything quite like that ever. So it's going to regress to the mean, and he's going to be significantly worse. So yeah, I mean, last year what he did was historic as far as his rushing ability, which is why everybody liked him. And now that's gone. So what else is there? So yeah, if you had to pick, take the guy that runs for 1,000 plus some odd yards plus whatever nothing he did passing the ball. I guess you'd take him over this year's Justin Fields.
Well, and here's the other crazy thing too, because I also compared Fields and Love. Now, Fields is attempting more rushes than Jordan, but Jordan's actually like the slightly more efficient runner.
Yeah.
So like wildly better passer, basically the same or slightly better rusher. Bears fans have to be sick to their stomachs. Good. And people forget that when they traded up to draft Mitch Trubisky, I just have to bring this up because it's just so
bring it up. I like
we all know that they passed on Mahomes and Deshaun Watson, obviously.
Yeah, we do.
But they also gave up a ton of picks, including the picks used to draft Fred Warner and Alvin Kamara, to move up one spot in the draft and take Mitch Trubisky. Then they traded up again and gave up a first-round pick to get Justin Fields. And now they got to sit here and watch Jordan Love look like the third coming of, Bart Starr and Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. He's the third or fourth coming. And they just got to be absolutely just sick to their freaking stomachs. Dude, how devastating.
They are. But can you imagine if Justin Fields threw for 3,800 yards, 30 touchdowns, 11 interceptions?
In how many seasons?
You know what I mean? In one season, they would be losing their mind. The media, Bears fans, everyone. But like Jordan Love does it, right? And you got one game left to go in the regular season.
Yeah.
And his first year starting.
Not a peep.
Dude, I got people on my Facebook like, I'm still not sold. He needs to play a high-pressure game, a playoff game. Like, what was that last week? What did Jordan Love play last week? He played a division rival, got to win out to go to the playoffs.
Playoffs on the line.
That is a playoff game. If the playoffs are on the line, you have to win out to win a play. It's prime time. You're playing against a good Vikings defense. I don't know that the Viking defense is good, but I was told by every Viking fan that's ever been in my comments that they're like, when they come, the Vikings defense is so good. They shut out this team. They're all excited about them. But then the Packers beat them, right, really convincingly. They're like, they're playing rookie quarterbacks. Well, how was their defense? Was they playing rookie quarterback and defense too? Like, I think Jordan Love Like if Justin Fields did what Jordan Love is doing this year, everyone would be the media would love it because it's Chicago. They just want so much for Chicago to have a football team, a good one, and they don't. They suck. And I don't think Justin Fields sucks. I think that they suck at having quarterbacks. Like if you are any quarterback that the Bears are considering drafting, they're probably calling their agent like, dude, don't let them draft me. They don't know what they're doing. It doesn't matter the coaches, doesn't matter the GM. It's forever. It's since like forever. It's like it does not matter who it is. They don't know how to handle it. They just ruin quarterbacks, and they would give up anything to have Jordan Love's numbers for Justin Fields, and then they're still in denial, like Jordan Love isn't as good. Look at Justin Fields. They'll show some clip of him running, and I don't have no hate.
Always
for
a running
Fields.
clip.
Yeah, it's always like a running clip. I got no hate.
Or
for
it's his
Fields.
abs.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Bears fans love ogling Fields' abs. I have these. I was looking for a receipt because I knew that a Bears fan had like bet me some money that Justin Fields was going to have better stats than Jordan Love this year. So I went looking for it, and I saw like he was like talking in the thread about like, well, I don't know if scrawny Jordan Love can survive a whole season. He's not built like Justin Fields. I'm like, bro, Justin Fields has played 15 games already this season, 16 now because it was a week later. And Justin Fields has already missed 4 games. Like,
those abs didn't help, bro. I mean, I have abs. You know what I mean? If I took my shirt off right now, you wouldn't see them. But like they're in there, like he said, they're in there somewhere. No, but like I don't care about how good your quarterback looks with his shirt off. Like I care about like the numbers they put up, and Jordan Love, especially with a bunch of rookies. And I don't even think it's the quarterbacks. It's not even the quarterback's fault. It's your franchise sucks. And one of them is good at making quarterbacks. One of them is good at drafting quarterbacks. One of them is good at like making them better, coaching them up, whatever it is. And I don't know if it's even the coaches. It might just be like the aurora around the stadium, around the franchise.
Water in Chicago.
Yeah, it could just be because like, it doesn't matter who the coaches are in Green Bay. Like, there was Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers. I'm not comparing Jordan Love in that same class because we have to see what happens. But like, obviously he's a starting quarterback. He's going to be for the Packers for a long time. But it doesn't matter. I feel like if they could have drafted Peyton Manning in Chicago, and what you would think about Peyton Manning, you wouldn't even know who he is. He'd have been like that guy. He would have been like Ryan Leaf. I feel like anyone who goes to Chicago, you could be really good at playing quarterback. Once you get there, you're not going to. It's like the guy with like all the everything. I was like, oh, this guy is going to be really good, and then all of a sudden he ends up being an alcoholic. Like everyone has like a cousin like that. Oh, he's going to go to college, and he went to college, became an alcoholic. Like, what do you do? You know what I mean? I feel like that's what happens in Chicago. They have a good quarterback. They bring him over there. He turned
into a running back again. Dang it! How is this happening?
Next thing you know, he's on College Game Day. You know what I mean? He's over there talking about because that's where he thrived. He was great in college. He got to the NFL. He sucked. Like, let's bring him back to college. Let him talk about these young kids. But
Bears fans would have been hyping up Ryan Leaf too. That's the thing.
Oh, they would. Dude, Bear fans, they hype up anything. You could find the articles about what's his face, that guy who plays for the Bills now, or no. It was the Steelers, whatever.
Yeah, Trubisky.
Yeah, Trubisky, the guy they traded up for. I'm a little buzzed up. I ain't gonna lie, but that guy, they were saying he is like, oh, does Trubisky run the North? Like, they always got these articles. First of all, articles don't impress me. People always tag me in articles. Anyone can write an article. I can write an article. I'm not going to because I don't care. I don't write. I don't even like write tweets. Like they changed the character limit. Like, I'm good. I don't need to write tweets that long. I don't like to write that much. But I don't like to read that much either. But like anyone can write an article. So like I don't care about this article like, oh, Trubisky's next guy, Justin Fields next guy. No, Jordan Love. Jordan Love is the next guy, bro.
It's true. The articles are always like there's no substance to them ever. It's just like, could Justin Fields be the next Lamar Jackson? And then you're like,
might be.
All right, I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
That's like, and they're just like, what if? What if?
Yeah. What if Pat Daddy is the next Tom Grassi? Who knows? No, it's stupid. Like, I don't trash people who write because people who, there's some good articles, but like anyone can write. Like, it's the same thing with a podcast. anyone can buy a freaking microphone, plug it into a freaking thing, and
Many of
oh,
them
there you go. You know,
That's literally what all four of us did. We bought a microphone, plugged it in, and started
Yeah.
saying stuff.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't make you smart because you figured out like, oh, I got a microphone and now I can start saying stuff. Like I trashed the Lions Day, and they were actually that's why I thought of that, because the Lions fans said, oh, they just give anyone a microphone these days. Like no one gave it to me. I bought it. You don't have to be given a microphone.
Give a microphone to anyone. That reminds me of The Office when Michael Scott is like, we got to get YouTube in here. Like, there's no organization that hands out
Call
podcasts to people.
Yeah.
Call YouTube.
Yeah.
I wasn't walking down the street. Someone's like, hey, you, and you're the guy with the weird eyes. Here's a microphone.
Freaking
I
iTunes
bought
is
it.
just giving podcasts to everybody these days.
Yeah, like you don't. Anyone can have a podcast. Like you ever like stumble upon a podcast and then you're like listening, like who listens to this shit? And that's what people think about when they listen to mine. Like someone's upon mine. They're like, why is this guy screaming? Why is he screaming?
I get asked all the
Well-
time. People will message me and be like, "Hey, I'm thinking about starting a podcast." I'm like, "Okay, go ahead." They're like, "Yeah, no, I'm thinking about it." I'm like, "Well, then do it." They're like,
Yeah.
"Well, you got any advice?" I'm like, "Yeah. After you record your first episode, start recording your second. Like, just don't quit recording because
yeah.
it's so easy to get started.
Yeah.
The only thing that makes you a success or a failure is whether you quit doing it." So
Right.
Yeah,
That's it.
and like realize like you're like the worst critic that you'll ever have, because like I listen to my podcast and like my ears bleed. I'm like, why would
oh,
anyone?
I would never listen to
that?
my own podcast.
No, I don't. I used to, because someone told me early on,
Mm-mm.
listen to your stuff so that you can critique it. And it's like it's like players watching film. Yeah, do their ears bleed when they watch film? Do their eyes just like, why did I do that? Because like every time I listen to myself, even like editing videos, I turn it real low because I'm very annoying. Like right now, even your listeners on podcasts are like, I hope they never have this guy on again. It's very loud. Why is he yelling? Because I have
I'm so
headphones on.
tired listening to him. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
noise
Need a nap.
canceling. Anyways, I suck. These
Dude,
comments are good though.
I think you derailed me. I had somewhere I was going to go with this. I had something I was going to bring
Dude,
up
that's
to,
what I do.
to ask Jake, and it's gone now. But Ryan,
Ask him a good question.
there was a too old for this comment.
Is he
Did
in
you
here?
see?
Oh, there
Yeah,
he
dude,
is.
he's got some good one. Yeah, that's the one right there.
I was just
Justin
thinking of an
Fields
office
is
thing,
the
and I'm like,
future.
man, we don't have too old for this in here.
Justin
Yep.
Fields is the future, just like Thunder Mifflin Infinity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, there was something else I want to do. So Katie had a question. It's
Oh, no.
I lost it. Katie had
Yeah,
it.
it's gone.
She said, dang it. I
Is it
lost
the one where
She-
does Matt remember me?
yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Do you remember Katie, Matt? Or were you too
I know a
young?
lot. I know a lot
She
of
says-
Katie's.
She says, does Ramage remember meeting me or was
Dang.
he too drunk?
Does your wife know you
No.
know a lot of Katie's?
I don't know them like personally, but like
Okay.
I know.
I don't know any. It's just kind of crazy. You know a lot of Katie's.
No, on the internet.
Oh,
I see,
okay.
like,
Fair enough.
I see a lot of. And
I don't know if that's better.
No, I mean in public forums. You know, what I mean public
Yeah,
forums.
sure.
I don't know any Katie's. I don't know that.
I've never met a Katie. It's a fake name. Never heard of it.
Now you make me
I know
feel
lots.
weird. Like I'm gonna be on a list somewhere.
I know
My wa-
so many Katies.
Oh, man.
No, I mean I know one on. I don't want to talk about it.
That's fine. We can move
I
on.
feel
Oh,
like
Katie
you're
wins
gonna-
derailer of the week.
Honor roll derailed me. Got me.
Jake, how many Katies do you know?
Do I know? 2? It wasn't a
I
very
know-
exciting answer. Sorry.
Yeah, I know like
that was like the
2
worst
as
answer.
Well.
Yeah,
I don't know
right?
any in real life.
Isn't it?
I know 2 in like public forums where like it's very, you know, my wife would be okay with it. So like, I feel like you get edit this out.
I feel like
edit
the
this
more
out.
you talk, the more suspicious this
Just-
becomes.
My man's just here we go.
We're trying
We're
to move
going.
on, and you're just
All
like, hold
right.
on,
He's
hold on,
still
hold on.
digging.
No, I know 4.
What
I
about-
know, never mind. It's just 4 now.
So do you think the Packers defense can stop a running quarterback? Let's ask that question.
Somebody bring that up. Who asked that? Was it Katie that asked that, or
No, I asked that. Move on.
oh,
no.
Goose, I was thinking what you wrote, and I didn't say it, and we shouldn't. Maybe Ryan will put it on screen. I'm sure not going to put it on screen, but
I'm probably not there
listen,
yet.
Which one?
No.
I'm
I
working
wanna-
in order. We're skipping too many.
Oh, okay.
No. Katie says right here, home opener met on my way to my seats. So like, yeah, that was just like a bumping situation. I do remember that. I was on my way to my seats. She said, "What's up? What's up, Katie? How you doing?" So now we clarified that.
Yeah,
my wife
you got it.
You know.
Oh man.
All right. Anyways, let's keep it moving.
Oh,
we
Goose.
clarified.
Oh,
Who knows?
Goose.
For all I know, my wife's downstairs watching this. You guys are getting me in trouble.
Tool for this says Katie's the first girl from The Office. What's her name? Katie?
Oh,
Yes.
Her
is
name was
it?
Katie.
She was
really?
the
Yeah.
the one with the bags. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like The Office. That's a good show. They got good. I think the best show with like the most gifs you can use.
Yeah.
True.
Oh, you can't say it that way. Kick him off.
Yes.
Kick him off.
No, it's gifs.
This peanut butter addict.
You know what,
Peanut butter
Jim?
addicts in here.
The owner said that it's gifs. So how
He did
can
say
anyone
it's
say?
gifs, but it's still
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
David
it doesn't
Tepper's an
matter.
owner. Like, should we really trust those people?
Fair point. He got fined $300,000
He
today,
did.
which is a penny, a drop in the bucket for him.
I want to invent something that gets me fined, and then it's like nothing. That's my goal in life, to get like fined like $800,000. Like, I don't care. Right now, I get a $10 speeding ticket, or like seatbelt ticket, and I'm cussing the cop out. You son of a ruined my life. But that's my goal. That's my.
I will never financially recover from this.
Yeah, I know, right? You
I got-
ruined
I
me.
I got pulled over the other day, and the cop was like convinced that I was drunk. He was like 100% convinced. He's like, "How much do you have to drink tonight?" I said, "Nothing." He's like, "Oh, really? So if I had you blow, you'd blow all zeros." And I turned around and I said, "I got my infant daughter in the back seat. I'm not drinking and driving." He's like, "All right,
Also
if you
not
say so."
blowing.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no.
Nice try, officer.
Hey,
Just give me the
I-
ticket.
yeah, I'm in a hurry,
Oh.
bud. I'm not blowing anything
Oh,
tonight.
okay.
No, all right. I should have elaborated. Should have shut it down. But
Oh,
Ah.
he just keeps talking.
yeah, I don't know why. My brain was like, shut it down. And I'm
I
like, no,
saw
keep-
I saw your face light up when JJ said that. I'm like, oh, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't do it.
This,
Oh,
hopefully this show isn't as clean as mine.
Garrett is over here just about to blow a freaking
No, I know
lid.
Garrett's losing.
Talk
his mind
about
a
the
little bit.
draft, Jake. Help.
All right, actually, Jake, I have a very serious X's and O's question for you.
All right, there we go.
Better be about the
So-
draft.
No, it's about
No,
our defense.
Sorry, Garrett.
All right, so
Oh.
look, the
Yeah, it's my favorite
Vikings,
topic. Our
the
defense.
Vikings had a
Oh.
completely non-functional offense, completely non-functional. But the Packers
Yeah.
did change some of what they did on offense. Can you talk about the changes and give your prognostication for what are we going to see if we get in the playoffs from the Packers defense? Is this just like, because like rewind the clock back a week, and if you told us like, hey, the Packers are going to make it in the playoffs, we'd be like, hey, that's cool. I mean, I don't think that
Yeah.
Joe Barry's defense is going to stop them from scoring a touchdown every single
Right.
possession. But like people's tune has changed now post Vikings game. Can you bring us back to planet Earth and talk, set a realistic expectation for us? Because it's got to be somewhere in the middle, right?
Yeah, it's probably somewhere in the middle. I think if you go back to the Giants, the Bucks, and the Panthers, you saw a lot more man coverage. You saw a lot more single high, right? So they're in
Well, cover one.
they're in cover 3, right, as well, which my favorite coaching clinic, Steve Sarkisian just says, if I got a running back who can catch the ball, if you play cover 3, you're going to be miserable all day. And thinking about Green Bay playing so much of that coverage, so much man, when you have an experienced, talent in the secondary, not always the best thing, right? But
I
How am I
appreciate that right there.
There you go.
I
There you
appreciate
go.
it because
You're
I was
welcome.
lost. I was like, what happened? He used a word I don't know.
But yeah, you could tell they were in much more quarters, cover 4, cover 2. There was so much attention they were giving Jefferson. It was a lot of, there was some cone coverage even in there where it's just high low, where they're sitting there and they're like, yeah, Jefferson's not going to get on top of the defense. He's not going to, come back to the ball. We're going to have guys in 2 spots. So they did a really nice job. More zone coverage was a great call against this Minnesota team, right? And more zone coverage against a quarterback who is no experience at all. That's a big win right there. I don't know why, Joe Barry got away from that when you're playing Bryce Young, who has just gobs of experience. Same with Tommy DeVito. So to get, I don't know what, finally something clicked. That was great. And, to see the defense, I think, kind of play inspired, especially up front, Kenny playing his butt off. Preston, goodness sakes. Dude, just, I mean, if he keeps this up, it's going to be hard to be like, yeah, let's add more edge rush to the cabinet, all that stuff, because, we're going to move on from Preston. He just, at this point, you can't do it. Like, he is playing possessed right now, which is great. So, I mean, although I will say, though, am I convinced in Joe Barry? Probably not. Honestly, like, this is kind of, to me, was just more like, oh, wow, you did 1 of 4. You stopped a bad quarterback. Nice. Really good. Proud of you. Claps. And would love to see it another week. I just hope the defense next week comes out and just sort of plays like with their hair on fire, especially the front. Like, I can't see this group another week of undisciplined rush lanes and watching Fields just scramble around for a week and a half. I don't want that. So just anyway, to come prepared would be excellent. And I can't believe I got through all of that with some of the comments that Ryan was putting up during. That was tough. But yeah, I mean, it was
like
nice,
anytime we try and talk any serious football, Ryan's like, screw this. What's going on in the comment section?
Well, I'm doing that, and then JJ and Matt Ramage are in the private chat just talking about, I need a beer. I'm going to go pee. I got to get out of here. It's like, poor Jake. He finally gets a chance to talk.
We're trying. Man.
Oh,
man.
I got completely lost on where there it is. I found where I was in the comments now.
Did you see did you see that nerd Dakota from Tennessee? He rejoined us. He's alive.
He's back. Nice.
He's back.
He said he's
Back
barely.
with the pack.
He did say
Love
barely. And he said he's going to
Garrett
call.
says, just let Jake talk, for Pete's sake.
That's
Yeah,
honestly
it's
better
news.
that I don't, because I'm still almost over the sickness right now, and to the point where I can talk for a decent bit, but it's been kind of good to do it a little few and far between on this show. That's the one, Ryan, that we were talking about.
That's the one I was missing.
Yeah.
I feel like I got to leave that up for when Matt gets back.
Yeah, you should leave it up. That's so good.
Jake, can you rank the couple teams in the playoffs that you most want to face in round 1?
Just in the NFC, obviously.
Well, I mean,
I would love
to switch to the AFC.
Could I
haven't
play
heard
the
about that
Jags?
happening.
I would like to play Jacksonville. Is that possible?
I mean, not
that
as
doable?
not as the Green Bay Packers, but
Right.
as the Cleveland Browns, sure.
Yeah, that would be great. I mean, I think first and foremost, I want to play the NFC South team. I know Green Bay does not have a great track record this year. At 2-2
I think
against them.
mathematically, it's impossible for us to do that.
I know. But I would like to play them first. That would be great.
I think the soonest we could play any NFC South team would be the NFC Championship game.
That sounds great to me. Can we do that in the NFC Championship game? I think Detroit's first, right? They got to be first. We've beat them in their place already this season, and I think the way the two have been trending is still something that it feels like it's pretty evenly matched. So if they get to play Detroit first, I think it's a win. and so I think they're going to advance in the postseason. After that, I mean, probably Dallas over anybody. San Francisco probably would be last, of course. But I don't think they can play anybody else other than Dallas and Detroit. So
Makes sense. Matt, can you read the comment at the bottom for us, please?
I'd like to go after the Cowboys.
No, I mean the
no.
one.
Oh,
on the screen.
no.
Matt knows a lot of Katie's biblically. Yeah, that's how it goes. But hey, I do want to make it clear. I do want to make it clear that
That's
these
the
are
best defense he's got. That's how it goes.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
No, but these are Bluetooth speakers, so I heard everything. I listened to Jake over here. He's
There we
probably
go.
the smartest person in this little group.
Yep.
JJB and
No, there's no
second.
probably about it.
Yeah, and then you got JJ, and then I don't know where you want to throw the coin on me and Ryan over here. I would say Ryan's probably the next smartest. I'd never claim to be a genius or an Einstein.
I mean, if we're gonna talk about Godzilla lore, then I probably am your guy. Otherwise,
nobody's gonna want to talk about that.
Nobody asked for that.
You just,
I picked a topic that I knew nobody was
like,
gonna.
how do I want to start this show out?
Yeah.
Like,
if we're gonna talk about like Titanic, I probably am pretty smart too. But nobody's ever asked me to bring that subject up before. I watch a lot of documentaries, but yeah.
Is there Is there anything that you can tell us about the Titanic that relates to this Packers Bears game?
The Bears are sinking fast. All right, and people are jumping ship.
There we go.
There you go.
At first, they were like, "Hey, this thing can't sink. Woo, Justin Fields MVP." And then all of a sudden, it starts sinking. They're like, "We will go down as gentlemen."
Like, I didn't think this would happen. Wait.
What was
Yeah,
the
they're
name
like-
of
they're
the? What was the name of the girl from Titanic? Like her name in
Kate.
the movie.
Kate wins.
Kate.
Oh, Rose. Rose.
Oh,
Kate.
Rose, yeah,
Kate. It was
Rose.
Kate. Was it Kate or Katie?
Kate Winslow.
Kate.
No, Kate something. But Rose on the show in the movie, and
I was just
in
wondering.
real life, if it was real life, because she wasn't on the boat. If it was
Mhm.
real life, she would have died. Because she don't meet some guy who's like, "I will die for you." No one meets that guy. It's a fake love story.
That
No
guy
one-
doesn't exist.
He just met her and he banged her on the first day, bro. He's gonna die for her now? Like, come on.
Well, she clearly didn't love him because there was room for them both.
Right.
Yeah, it was like a
She's
big
like,
door. It was like a 12-foot door.
sorry.
She's like, he tried one time, and she's like, "No, that's fine." No, no, it's not fine, bro. Get up here. And if she doesn't, you ever watch that movie?
Oh my gosh.
that
It's-
mob movie when he like the door test. If she doesn't unlock the
Oh
door
yeah,
for
yeah,
you,
yeah. West Side
What's that?
Story or something, right?
No,
or,
not West
no,
Side
no, no,
Story.
no, 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 no,
A
no.
Bron-
It's something.
a Bronx Tale.
Bronx Tale. Yeah.
Yeah,
Tale
yeah.
Story.
So he said
whatever.
if she doesn't unlock the door for you, then she ain't doing well. If you hop up on the door in a frozen, if you either get on this door or you die, those are your options. And if she's just like, he's like, "I don't know, it's not working." She's just like, "Hey, what do you do?" Well, then she swim your ass away or knock her off, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Survival of the fittest, dude. Flip
Yo,
that
like,
board and get
you-
on there.
you just spent
Oh,
like
no.
3 hours of your life dying for this chick. I mean, sure, you got locked up, and then she saved you with the axe. She closed your eyes when she knocked the handcuffs off, and you wouldn't have been those handcuffs. You didn't talk to her to begin with because her psycho, fiance was trying to kill you. I don't want to get into it.
Kind of checks out though, because you
Yeah,
slept
the
with her.
whole story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Matt
yeah,
really knows the Titanic.
yeah.
Yeah, I
he
was gonna say
banged-
I'm not even sure what's going on anymore. I haven't seen that in like a decade.
Here's the analogy.
He just watched
It's,
it last night. That's what he was watching last night was with his wife when she was like texting and going to the bathroom.
won't
He's like,
watch
I want
this.
to watch the Titanic.
She's like, did you know
Not
that's
again. Not
she's like,
again.
did you know that's Kate Winslet? He's like, who? I don't know any Kates.
That's wrong.
I don't know any Kate.
I don't, but maybe
I've
4.
never. I met one time and I ran away as soon as she said, "Hi, my name is Kate." I was like, "Get away from me!"
I'm married. Get away from me.
I just spilled my beer a little bit, but yeah.
Jordan Love is Leonardo DiCaprio. He's like, Joe Barry, I'll save you. He's like, I'll sacrifice myself in this freezing cold water. And Joe Barry's like, okay, sounds good.
No, I think
The
Joe
entire
Barry is the
theater's
guy.
like, what?
No,
Actually, really is.
If
Matt
you ever
LaFleur is
watched
the
the
one who's
Titanic,
like killing himself by trying to save Joe Barry
Because the
repeatedly.
offense didn't help the defense out enough. So Matt's like, I
Right.
got to take this one. Right? LaFleur
I
has-
will give you the best analogy of the Packers according
Yes.
to the Titanic. All right, right
Yes.
Right.
now, Joe Barry is.
Hold on. Let me. How do I put you in the front of this thing? I got to
I
make
don't
you the
know.
big screen.
This is the
there we
worst.
go.
All
There
right,
we go.
all right.
Go ahead.
So
Oh, you got Chris Farley in the back. Is that Chris
the
Farley?
Packers and
Yeah,
oh
it
yeah,
is.
I do. I got Chris Farley right here. He's a goat.
I never
right
noticed
here.
that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
There we
But
go.
anyways, so if you're talking about Titanic, the analogy related to the Packers, you ever watch like when the boat goes down, he's like, "Don't let go of my hand, no matter what," and he's like giving her all these instructions. They go down, she lets go of his hand because she's soft. You know what I mean? So they start spiraling around, and then they come up, and some guy tries to drown her to like keep afloat. That's Joe Barry. That's Joe Barry. He's just trying to stay afloat. He's not really useful, but he's just trying to sink the whole team. And Matt LaFleur probably is like the captain of the ship, where he's just like, you know what? I don't even care anymore.
He's like
I'm
just
just- I'm not-
tragically going down with the ship.
Yeah, I'll just
I
go
think
down
Joe
with the
Barry is
ship.
the
Sitting in the
musician.
captain's chair, just drinking.
Yeah. So who is like the musicians just playing away? I don't know who.
I think that's Joe Barry. Like he could be doing something to help, and instead he's
Joe
just
Barry's
like,
all of them.
Yeah.
There are 18 Joe Barrys in this movie.
You know what irritates me? Because like there's this meme going around on the internet. I get tagged on Facebook like 16 times a day. Where
How are we all rearranged? This is
I don't
weird.
know. Well, now I'm over
No.
here and now I'm up there. And I'm all over the place.
Put me back.
Now I'm down there.
There
I'm
we
back. Okay. But where Joe Barry is like, they threw Packer fans threw stuff at Joe Barry on the field, and the second time he was assaulted. And it's like
Oh, yeah,
people
it's fake
believe it,
news.
like, oh my God, Packer fans are so rude. Like he calls the game from the booth. Do you not watch the games? They show him on the game, and he's looking just like this. And he's like, he's calling the plays, he's doing whatever, and he's like, yay, when the good things happen. Not often. I mean, besides last week. And like people are like, oh my God, Packer fans are despicable. Why would they do that? Like people just believe everything that happens on the internet. Like, oh, it's
You just need Donald Trump saying, "No, you're fake news."
that's what I should do. Oh my God, fake news. I knew a guy. He was a very good guy, and he would not do that. You know what I mean? He would not do that.
People love my defenses. They love cover
Yeah.
one. Everybody,
Like
people
I
keep
remember,
saying
I have friends who play defense, and they're very good at it. Probably the best ever to play defense. Probably the best defenses ever.
I think Goose might be right on this. Joe Barry is the Titanic, and he's taking everyone down with him.
We also have Joe Barry is the iceberg. I love this.
That works.
Yeah,
This is
Katie. Shout out to Katie, who I don't know at all.
I've never met. He screams it so his wife can hear downstairs.
Unreal.
Yeah.
These fucking noise cans on headphones are gonna kill me.
Brooke says it's creepy how much you sound like him. I gotta say, Matt, that was probably the most fun
That's pretty
Trump
good.
impression I've heard in a long
I've
time.
never done an
I-
impression of him before.
I
This is
usually
first
really
try.
don't like Trump impressions because I think that they just sound, they all sound the same. Yours was like
Yeah.
pretty spot
Well,
on.
it's the idea. They're supposed to
That's-
sound
yeah,
the same.
aren't they?
No, but I mean, like they
Yeah.
all
Supposed to
they all
sound like
sound
Trump.
like the imitation. They don't sound like him. They
There shouldn't
sound
be a
like
wide variety.
imitation.
Yeah, she was like, someone like, my friend. I have a friend.
This is Russian Trump.
No,
Does
I actually
DeVito do
have never-
Trump? I wonder.
I've never tried a Trump impersonation. It is. I don't want to talk about no more about it. But it's funny because like people on the internet, they always
but
tell
I
me
will.
like, because like people hate you, Ryan, right? A lot of people
Yeah.
hate you. People will tell me like, oh, you're a Trumper, and then someone else will be like, oh, you're a liberal, this and that. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
I've never in my life talked politics on social media, and I won't. People follow me for my BS. I'm not gonna be like, well, all right, while you're watching, let me tell you what I think about the world. Like, no one cares. But I always think that's funny about social media, how they bring it all in there. So that's why I usually don't do an impersonation. But I never have before. I never felt triggered or intrigued.
Triggered is a good word.
No, I no, I think
It
triggered is
applies.
a word. I'm not sure intriggered is the word. I was intrigued.
I definitely have been called
Man.
like a MAGA idiot and a soft
Yeah.
liberal in the same
Yeah.
thread. Like had
That's
how the
multiple
internet
people
goes.
responding
Yeah.
to the same tweet.
Yeah,
They're
I've
like-
literally never spoke a word of politics on any of my stuff because nobody cares. Who cares? Like, I don't care. Like, there's people like that actor. I love him in his movies, but like he said this thing one time. I don't give a shit what he said. If he's like good in the movies, that's all I care about. Like, I don't care about who he voted for. Like,
You know what's funny? I always forget when we do a live stream, you have to manually go in and monetize it. And I always forget. And this time I remembered. I went in, I monetized it while people are going to be in here. And Matt's demonetizing me with every other word that comes out of his mouth. I'll just turn that back off. Like, don't worry about it, YouTube. Keep your money. It's fine.
and I'm using words I've never used ever.
Oh man.
You've never used the
Anyways.
F word before? That's your first time ever
Oh,
using it on a live
oh,
stream?
no.
Wow.
Yeah, that word.
Well, no, he
That might be
doesn't
the
do it on
first
his
one on
because he's
our
got
live stream.
advertisers and stuff. He just he doesn't
Yeah,
give a
no.
crap about us.
Yeah, they're not
He's got
watching.
Nicolay
this.
now. He's got to be careful.
Yeah. Yeah, but they're not watching this. Anyway,
Ryan,
it's
who
hot,
was it
man.
who
I
kept
gotta
getting
eat.
kicked off of our draft live stream like 2 years ago because he kept
I think it was
swearing? Who
Jacob.
it?
I think it was
I
Jacob.
think it was Jacob. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
Do they
It was
actually
less
know
funny
it
when I got
if you
kicked off.
swear?
I didn't like that.
I think they got robots that go around and listen for swear words and stuff. I
Well,
don't make any money on these, so it doesn't matter. So I'm not worried about it. But
I've
Ryan,
never
like,
made
you're always telling us
$1
that
on
when
YouTube.
you're always telling us that when you are like doing the calls, the Packernet after dark calls, that you can like see the blip.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
like, you know when to mute it because you just know what the F word looks like in like the sonograph or whatever.
That's
You tell me robots can't do that too? Come on.
yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I remember like I don't swear in my stuff because like that's kind of my thing because people watch that people can listen with their kids in the car or whatever. I try to be like a little bit. Plus I get sponsors and it's about the money. I ain't gonna lie.
it's all
But,
about the money.
But like I was the last 2 Packer games live streams I did, I had 2 F-bombs that weren't just like, hey, what the hell? It was like because it was like, what the f- is going on? Because like you know the
Well, don't
defense
stop
did
now.
something
The
crazy.
monetization's on.
Yeah, just it's
Yeah,
Don't
over
stop
now.
now.
Just lay
It's
into
over.
it.
I already cost you guys. So all that money that people like donated is just
No,
gone.
that stays. That YouTube
No,
can suck it.
YouTube's
They're
like,
not getting
no.
that back.
No, they're like, nope, $20, mine.
Yeah.
I don't know who
No.
owns
Ryan's
YouTube,
like,
but they're like,
Oh,
mine,
Matt,
me,
you're gonna get us
Matt.
demonetized. 5 seconds later, YouTube can suck it.
Yeah.
yeah. Maybe they don't. They don't hear that though when you're just slandering their whole
Yeah.
company.
No, it doesn't
All right,
matter.
blame me though, Mr. Ryan.
The comment section has been going nuts with all this Godzilla talk, which I'm cracking up about.
I
And
just
I
think
just
it's funny.
see-
They're still trying to figure out who Joe Barry is.
Well, so they're talking about like if like Joe Barry is in these movies, and then I don't see the context, but Heretical comes in and says Hillary Clinton wasn't in Titanic or Godzilla.
It's my favorite is just reading comments and not understanding the context.
Yeah, I don't understand that at all.
Like,
but
wait a
I-
minute, Hillary Clinton. What does that have to do with Titanic and Godzilla? Oh, I love
I
it.
never watched Godzilla, but I understand that it's a large monster crashing buildings.
That's the entire point of it, is just that you're watching this large monster destroy buildings and kill people. That's the entire point.
And it picks a few of them up, right? It's
So
like,
Joe Barry
"Urgh."
is Godzilla.
I've seen
Just bring it full circle.
There-
Just close the loop.
Too old for this.
Garrett
has
says
entered the
Barry is
Matrix with
Creed.
this.
Barry is
This is
Creed
the-
on The Office. He doesn't
Someone-
even know what his
someone
title
said-
is.
This is Matrix entering stuff right here.
Yes, it is.
This is nuts.
It's Joe Barry Katie.
That's nuts. We didn't think about that.
Oh, I'm dizzy, man, thinking about that one.
Could you imagine if a Packers defensive player was tuning in and watching it, or even Joe Barry himself?
These guys are idiots.
He's
These
like,
are the people that criticize me online. I
Yeah,
don't feel bad
yeah.
anymore.
these are the pricks on Twitter who have such opinion. I always think it's funny because like a bigger part of my audience is Facebook, and they'll be like, Christian Watson, he needs to do more workouts with his legs, and then he wouldn't pull hamstring. Like, oh, email him. Like what? Like you think he doesn't have coaches? Like what are we like? They're like, oh, they need a new training staff. Oh, did you apply? Because you know so damn much. Like, you think they don't have? You think every 32 teams in the NFL doesn't have the best training staff in the world? Like, they just got like a bunch of high schoolers in there that's like, do some pull-ups there, Christian. and then he
I
pulls
don't know.
out,
work on your
I have
legs,
seen the
dude.
New York Jets training
Oh.
staff.
and then they pull a hamstring. Like, oh, that didn't work. We'll try that different next year. I don't know. Like they
My-
just have the same training staff every year. People get hurt. Like, I don't know what's happening, boss. It's so
I
stupid
did-
to me.
You know, I did send Mark Murphy a list of the defensive coordinator candidates they should be considering.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Did you include
That-
Minter in that or no?
Minter,
Yeah, did you include him?
I didn't include him.
What about training
Do a separate
coordinators?
one with him and talk about how
Training
good looking the coaching staff will be and see if Murphy
should
No,
send-
I don't want my emails to start going to spam. He replies to them sometimes, like once in a while. I don't
This
want him
one-
to just like
mark this with,
spam
like-
me, you know.
No, this is Mark with extreme importance.
Yeah.
Did you watch the playoff?
Did
game?
you write important in all capital letters for the title?
Yeah.
Because he ain't reading that if you didn't.
Forward to at least one head coach, or bad luck will haunt you for 7 years.
Oh yeah, those don't come around that often anymore. Now it's just porn. Maybe it's just mine. I don't know.
I told my wife we were gonna have a guest on the show tonight. I said, "Yeah, it's Matt Ramage." She goes, "Is that the guy who was talking crap about that one dude?" I said, "Joe Barry."
It's like, that's how she-
Every- had heard of
No,
Everybody's that one guy.
Yep.
you know what's
doing
funny
that.
because like on my Facebook, people like I defended Christian Watson one time because people were like, "Oh, he gets hurt a lot. He's middle class," and then I was like, "Yo, he's young. It's his second year. Like taking and now he's always like, oh, your boy Christian Watson." And like one time I defended Joe Barry, like, hey, they're winning, like, you know, they're not scoring a lot of points on us. And that was early in the year, right? And now he's like, oh, your boy Joe Barry. You're like, he's my boy. Like, I've never like vocally defended him. Like he won't be the guy next year. And they're like, no, that's your boy. That's your boy. I'm like,
Well,
he's
the
not my
problem-
boy.
The problem, Matt, is that you're such a MAGA liberal. That's your problem.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That is
MAGA,
the issue.
MAGA liberal.
Yeah, and like I'm both, dude. Like, I'll vote for everybody, bro. I will.
No,
I
I,
will-
don't
Makes
think
sense.
it works
you got
like
one eye
that.
looking at one,
No.
one eye looking at the other.
I
I-
illegally vote for both.
Yeah, I do voters fraud just so I can get vote. No, because like what I try to
picks
do.
up on that.
Here's what you do.
YouTube is gonna come after.
Here's what you do. You're gonna vote a certain way, right? You got a friend who votes the other way. You get together with that guy. Me and you, voting day. We stay home. We drink beer. We get trash, and we cancel each other out. But I'm not trusting you that you're just not gonna vote. So me and you, we got to sit here and drink a bottle of tequila together. We're gonna get hammered all day long on voting day, and then neither of us have to vote. Plus, we get to get hammered, and then we'll argue with people on Twitter about Jordan Love.
It's actually me and my friend who are on opposite sides always we talk about that all the time, but we don't get together, so we don't trust each other. So I think we both end up going to vote. So we should do that. We should get together and grill and just be like, we're just gonna smoke some meats and hang out and have a good time. Hey, what's the difference?
Just smoke meat all day. You know,
Drive down there and wait in the
just-
line to cancel each other out. That's stupid.
Yeah, the lines are long.
Yeah,
I think
it's
everyone should do
ridiculous.
that. I mean, I get voting's important. I'm not making jokes about that, but I think if you have a friend who goes the other way, just
The
hang
only
out
problem
that
I
day,
have with that
just get hammered.
is it a good idea to have the only people voting the people that don't have any friends?
Yeah,
You know?
So what
make
you,
some
what
more
you
friends.
could do. What you could
Have a
do
party,
instead,
big voting party of not voting, but
You know what would be really funny is you get all your friends on the other side and you text all of them and you pretend that that's just the plan between you and them. And then you have like 15 of them show up. So it's you and 15 and you canceled out 15 of your friends on the other side.
what you really
And
need
then
to do is
you're
find
changing the
your
world.
friend.
Right. You're fixing the world 15 at a time.
Just go Tanya Harding your friend so they can't vote. And then you go
Just-
vote.
yeah,
Just go kill
No.
them.
no, you don't kill him. You just tie him up. You tie him up. You get I watch him. I
He
actually
wants
don't
to get out
care.
of here so bad.
Oh man.
Yeah. No, I actually don't care enough about any of that stuff to like. I actually don't. I don't want to talk about it no more. Anyways,
We should talk about Katie instead.
yeah, let's go back to talk about
Let's
Katie.
go back to Katie. That was much better.
You know, we got
Here we
got
go,
my
look.
wife, man.
Look at this proof. I don't
No,
know,
I-
Matt. You,
No way.
No, I
First
do
of all-
remember her. I do remember her. She's awesome.
Matt.
No, she's
Oh,
awesome.
yeah. You said you never met a Katie, and here you are hanging out.
I know.
Okay.
I've
we
heard a
go.
lot of mixed reports. We
Interesting.
need Schefter on this.
Wait, I see. There's two photos
Several
here.
pictures. Interesting.
Two Katies. You know, two Katies.
It's the same person. No, I do remember her. She was
You look
she was
relatively
awesome.
sober to me there, Matt.
No, she was awesome. I don't think I was sober. I don't think I've ever been to a game that I was that sober. But no, she was
You
awesome.
didn't know you ever been to a game in your life.
Yeah. I'm going to the game on Sunday. I think I might go alone. I don't know what's happening. I gotta check my phone. I asked someone.
I feel like this one didn't get enough recognition, so I'm going to put it up for another few seconds.
And then Goose doubled down as well.
Goose did?
Yes.
What do you say? Gotta capture incel?
Oh, no.
What is even happening?
I don't know what's going on.
All right. No. All right. I don't know why I'm talking. I feel like Jake's the only normal one here. You guys got me in trouble.
That's true.
Oh, man.
We're at an hour and a half. Do we want to accomplish anything in this stream, or should we just end it strong with like just burn this freaking thing to the ground?
No, can we? No. What do you got, Jake? I feel like Jake doesn't talk that much. I think we should. He seems like the smartest person, and everyone just he's like, I think, and just shut up. We should let him talk. I feel like he's the only one getting stuff done.
Oh man, no, it's good. I was wondering how much I could talk being sick right now, but like it's been the perfect amount, honestly. Oh, Brian immediately when Matt goes, Matt goes, let's let Jake
draft.
Draft.
So you're smart about the draft.
I did promise that we would talk about the draft in the third half of the show, and we just passed the
third half.
hour 30
Third half.
Oh, you didn't catch that? You didn't catch that at the beginning? I said what happens in the fourth half, and then
I'll tell you
we'll
right
have
now.
29 minutes, 28 and a half minutes until the third half of the show. So
I promised myself at 9 o'clock I would shotgun a beer and smash the can in my head. So I'd rather not be on camera.
We're not getting off this thing, then.
All right, here's the deciding factor.
Okay.
Matt, do you know anything about and have any interest in talking about the draft? Do you know anything about the draft?
No. I did. You know what?
Sorry,
I
Brian.
said earlier. No, I mean you can talk about
Garrett.
it. No, you can talk about it just because I'm an idiot doesn't mean everyone has to be. But like someone was saying because I like root for Jordan Love and like I defend Jordan Love. And I remember saying it like the last couple of years. They're like, you're an Aaron Rodgers defender because everyone's all mad because he's saying things on McAfee or whatever. And I was like, yeah, because he's the quarterback of the Packers. I'm a homer. People are like, you're a homer. Like, yeah, I know, dude. That's like saying you're a human. I'm aware. I'm not trying to like educate you. Okay, that's not what I do. And then I was like, when Jordan Love's a starter, I will do the same thing. And I did. And then people were like all like in shock about it. But I forgot what I was going with this because I sounded very passionate about what I was saying. But
they're like, Matt, you're a homer. You're like, yeah, that's my whole thing.
Yeah, but before I did podcasts, before I did videos, that's what I was like. If I compare it, if your cousin's an alcoholic, right? Ryan, you got one. I know that. You know, you got a cousin. He's an alcoholic, been drinking too much, and then you tell your wife like this guy's an alcoholic. But then you're at a bar sometime. You're like, hey, aren't you the guy with the alcoholic cousin? Like, whoa, bro, don't call my cousin alcoholic. That's how I feel about the Packers. Like, I'll talk trash, not publicly, but like behind closed doors, I'll say the thing. When I go on a podcast, I'm like, I have a good feeling about the defense today. I really do. no, but I actually do this.
That's 100%. I stick up for Joe Barry like crazy when I'm talking to like some freaking Lions fan. I'm like, I don't think you understand football, my good friend. Do you not understand the benefits of playing zone defense and calling a cover one? You must understand, my good fellow. And then I get on here, I'm like, fire Joe Barry into the sun. Come on. Jake, come on. Help me brainstorm ways to kill Joe Barry.
Oh, yeah. I can't believe you said that on like 2 weeks ago.
I think I've said it 3 times now.
You have. You have said that.
That's
I've never
recurring
defended
topic,
Joe
ways
Barry.
to kill Joe Barry.
I just
Matt, are you drunk enough to bite on that?
YouTube is gonna have a field.
Yeah. I don't
Yes,
I've never defended Joe Barry. Like I think the Packers defense has great players. I defend players because I told this to Ryan before. I think like the players are like the employees, right? Like you have a job, everyone here has a job, and like we're like the employees, the players are the employees, the defensive coordinator, coaches, all that shit. They're like the HR department. We hate them. They're like the boss, the supervisors, whatever. And like they're not. They're usually not right. I've never defended Joe Barry. I don't think. I think that the defensive players are good enough. They're not being put in the right position. But last week they actually like rushed the quarterback. They actually did some stuff that like because that's. The point, I think the defense is get after the quarterback, disrupt stuff. Don't just stand back like, hey, we're playing zone. We're just going to stand back there. We got you. Anything that happens, we're in front of it. We're going to tackle. But like, I don't like that. Get after the quarterback, make him miserable. And like Justin Fields, he runs. So you might want to punch that guy in the mouth a few times. Not literally. I mean, if you got a Quay Walker, you know what I mean? Get after him. But like, you gotta have some disruption. You gotta get after him. I want whoever the next defensive coordinator is, I want him to be drunk all the time. Like, punch that guy in the face. I want a drunk defensive coordinator. I think the Lions had one. He went through the drive-through, like, all naked and stuff. He was all hammered a couple years ago, whatever it was. Big shout to Lion fans. They're happy with me.
Draft comments.
You know what I mean?
I'm pulling up all the comment section, just talking about the draft on the side while Matt's talking about freaking murdering Joe Barry.
I told Brian to take care of it.
I saw one. Garrett said JJ needs to talk about all the great prospects from Michigan. So I know that people know that I don't like Michigan, but I have a healthy respect for the good draft prospects from Michigan. Absolutely. Zach Zinter. I love Zach Zinter. Mike Sanderstill. Holy cow, I love Mike Sanderstill. I don't think that Goody would ever draft him, and that is Goody's mistake. I would love Mike Sanderstill. They got some good players. Most of them are on defense or offensive line. But I do like a lot of the one guy. Donovan Edwards has really fallen off for me. I loved Donovan Edwards, and I feel like you guys are distracting me. I feel like he absolutely tanked his draft stock coming back this last year. He should have absolutely gone last year.
He probably has a big Lego set. I bet he does.
Oh, no.
I'm so fried right now. Like, please don't ask me any questions. I'm good for reading comments and giggling, and that's it. I have no more mental capacity to do anything else.
Oh, man.
By the way, comment section, you're
so
doing a great
funny.
job having productive conversations.
You are. You
They're
guys
talking
are
draft. They're talking Packers. They're having a good time. We're just hanging out being stupid. You guys just mind your own business over there, all right?
Yeah.
Just keep doing what you're doing.
Let me ask you a draft question. Let me pretend like I'm a good
Here we go.
podcaster. I'm going to ask a good draft question. So, depending on where the Packers go in the draft, probably 32nd. You know what I mean? But
At least, yeah.
what position do you think they go for in the first round of the draft?
It's got to be corner, right?
I
That's
mean,
a good question, right? You're
1932. Garrett Mason Graham is a sophomore, unfortunately, so that's tough.
Dang.
He can be your favorite next year too. Holy cow, the fourth half.
Andy,
I think
we have to stick around for the
bangers.
fourth half.
Here's to the fourth half.
I think he's
Holy
really
cow.
just saying. I think
Circle,
Andy's saying, "Wrap it up."
Circle.
It's like you're not in the third quarter anymore.
Here.
Okay.
So show Dan.
I don't have a drink. I ran a couple of drinks.
I ran out.
What are you
I got
drinking?
empty cases.
This is my ringtone.
Dude,
All
no
right.
one's ever sent me $25 on YouTube. Nobody
You just
watches.
got to
my-
They
beg,
sent us
man. Just ask
$25
JJ.
on
Just
YouTube.
beg.
No. Hey, all these people who are giving money, go subscribe to my YouTube.
Yeah, go to Matt Ravage and subscribe.
I'm
Yeah,
just
JJ will
kidding.
give you some lessons on how to get people to give money.
You know, that's all every show from mine will start. Hey, do you have, it'd be like one of those dog commercials. I am cold. I am lonely. Only Willie.
You should do a
Only a
little
camera.
promo video. You could be out in your yard like shivering and stuff. You can put it up
No,
there.
Take
I
For
was
just
just-
$5 a show.
Some snowballs
Oh, man.
around you.
I was just watching a freaking commercial before I come up here with my wife. You know, it's Christmas season. Like, now is the season for giving. These dogs are cold and they're shivering. Hey, how about the camera person put the camera down and take that
Right.
freaking
I say
dog
that every
inside?
time.
It's like, yo, there is
Video
a camera
taping it
person.
as it's dying. Like, there it is. It's so sad.
And he's always sitting there,
It's
like,
like-
because you know,
It's like clearly
They
the dog is
train
just
these
outside to take a leak, and you just whipped your camera out.
I know. And then, like, how do they make it look so sad? They're like, hey, throw stuff at it, make it look sad. Like, I don't know how do they make it look sad because the
They
dogs are
shave
sad.
it and like pour cold water on it.
It's shivering. It's like, hey, like give it a treat. Every time you give it a treat, it'll shiver. No, I know there's dogs that are.
Here's how
abused.
you make your dog look sad. You say, "Hey, Jordy, come here. Listen, Packers have the 30th ranked defense in EPA. Yeah,
That'll make him cry.
You know, you know, otherwise, it's a dog in Chicago, and you're like, hey, Jordan Love has 30 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. No Bears quarterback has ever done that in the history of 103 or whatever freaking many years that place has been around. And then, I don't know, because I think the dogs feel like the people just say it to a person with a dog, and the Bears fans automatically get sad because that is sad, bro. Think about that. Your whole being as a Chicago Bear franchise as quarterbacks have never thrown 30 touchdowns. And then Jordan Love comes along, his very first year as a starting quarterback, he does that. Can you imagine that? Like you're at your job and like whatever your job is.
you're right.
And then someone else comes around and they're across the office and they're like their freaking first day, their first week, whatever, their first semester, depending on how important your job is. And they dominate that. They beat it right out the gate. You'd want to, like, you go home like, I need a new profession. I'm going back to school. That's how it is being a Bears fan. You suck. But like, hey, we got good linebacker in history. Yeah, Brian Urlacher.
Thinking
You
back
know
to
what I
that, the thing about the Bears trading away those great picks for Mr. Trubisky. Okay,
let's go back to
Alvin
that.
Kamara and Fred Warner. Like, if there's any team in the NFL that would weep the hardest about missing out on a freaking linebacker and a running back, the Bears. They're like, oh man, if we just had an elite linebacker and running back, then we would have won the Super Bowl. That's the recipe.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Can I ask you guys a football question? I had some guy in my comments not that long ago talking about, because I was like, Jordan Love was the right pick. Obviously, everyone knows now, but it wasn't so obvious for everyone. But they're like, yeah, well, they could have got Justin Jefferson. I was like, well, Justin Jefferson was already gone. Like, yeah, but if you're going to trade up, you could have just traded up more. I'm like, it's not how it works because, like, other people are doing the same thing. And, like,
Vikings literally did trade up to get him.
yeah, like you can't just trade up. Like, I want that player. I want to trade up wherever that player would be drafted. That's where I want to go. And that's what I want to. So, like,
I think the answer is like, hey, we got Jaden Reed and Tay Wicks and Christian Watson.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And we got a stud throwing the ball to him. Who's throwing the ball to Justin Jefferson? Oh, nice. It's Nick Mullins and Josh Dobbs. Woohoo! Maybe Jordan Hall of Fame will come in and save you.
And I would take
Minnesota.
I would take Jordan Love over Justin Fields because I would take a franchise quarterback. And I'm not saying that Jordan Love is going to be like the Hall of Fame quarterback, but I will take the future at quarterback over a guy that, like, they're like, well, if the Packers would have got Justin Jefferson, they'd have won a Super Bowl. Would they? Like, we've had a lot of good guys. Like, we've had a lot of good teams. Like, Aaron Rodgers was MVP. He's an MVP like freaking 4 times. He's got 1 ring. I love Aaron Rodgers, and I ain't hating on him. But, like, we've been having it. Like it's like saying, hey, Matt, if you didn't drink, you might have been better on that podcast. Would I have been? Are you sure? I feel like that's not a guarantee because I've been not drunk on podcasts before and also sucked. So, like, I feel like there's no guarantees in life, is all I'm saying.
Talk about no guarantees. I got a friend on Twitter. It's a Bears fan. His name is at Let's Go Chai Bears. On May 9th, 2023, he tweeted at me, I think Love has more turnovers than touchdowns next year. Not a joke. So I looked into that. He would
What'd
have
you
to
do?
turn the ball over 22 times this week and not score in order for that to be a thing. So sorry, Chicago.
Yeah, dude, the
Jordan
Bears
Love's the real
suck,
deal.
dude. Jordan Love is the real deal, and Chicago is not the real deal. They even want to leave. They're like moving. They got evicted. I don't know what's going on over there. They don't even. And someone said,
Chicago
well,
doesn't even want the Bears anymore.
you know what I mean? They're like, move to New Heights, whatever that place is called. Get the hell out of here. You know, and then I got Lions fans talking about it because I made fun of them because the whole Lions pride thing. I was like, how can you call something Lions pride when you got a bag on your head? Like, yeah, I'm real proud. Let me put this bag on my head so no one sees my freaking face. And they're like, well, if the Packers sucked for 30 years, they would do the same thing. Like, see, that's where you're stupid. Because they did suck for 30 years. They didn't win a division for 30, whatever it was, playoffs, whatever it was. There was a 30-year thing. I was a kid then. But like it was a thing. The 70s and 80s up until the 90s, they sucked. You know what we didn't do? Put bags on our freaking head. And then if we did
We still sold out every game. We still sold out every game.
There's hypocrisy. Like the NFL franchises pretend like we don't remember, like we don't have our freaking brain. You know what we got? We got Lions pride, which they put bags on her head, which is the opposite of pride. It's shame. They should call it Lion shame. All right. And then you got the Niners faithful. That's what they call them. Niners faithful. They lost the Super Bowl, right? They lost the Super Bowl. What happens when you lose a Super Bowl or you win a Super Bowl? You come home at the airport. Fans are there. Yeah, we still love you. You know what happened? 6 people showed up, the faithful. How do you call that faithful when no one shows up? You lost Super Bowl, no one cares. You're dead to me. It's kind of like
you know how like there was like
No,
a
you
6
go.
or 7 year span where the Niners like they'd win 13 games and then 3 games and 13 games
Yeah.
and 3 games. They were doing that, and like people were posting pictures like in their off years where they end up like picking the top 3 or 4 in the draft. Like the stadium was like empty. There's like
faithful.
nobody there.
It should be faithless. That's what they are. If you're winning, like, what are you doing for me? What have you done for me lately? And I get that that's a thing, but like, don't call them the faithful. Don't call faithful when you're not faithful. Yeah.
Matt,
you know what I mean?
look at the comment on the screen.
Goose,
All right,
I
we
thought
got-
Goose won with his
Cool.
drinking game. I don't think he does anymore.
Man,
Oh,
Quick
man.
trip.
Matt, read that out loud.
Quick Trip is. It is.
is KT.
Another one.
Oh.
Wow,
Matt-
another
and-
one.
I just want to revisit it though, because I was geeking out about this for like 10
This is
minutes.
so-
Goose
that's a
says
good
new
one.
drinking game. Drink every time Matt doesn't know a Katie.
This is so good.
Andy, do
I
you have
know.
a question for us? You donated $25. I feel like you
Yeah,
gotta,
No,
not
first
like
of all,
you
you should
owe us a
bring him.
question, but like
He
we
should
owe
be
you
on
an
the show.
answer.
Bump me off. Bring
Goose is
him
freaking
on.
on one today.
Lions
I
right
know.
at listing.
Dude.
Syphilis pride.
He said. He even conceded. Goose just conceded the W.
All right. No,
This
that
is crazy.
$25 should go to Goose. Because that
Yeah,
comment right
It's going to Goose.
I'll donate a
That's-
shirt.
That would, you know what? That would actually, JJ would protest to the end of the earth, but that would be a great thing is all donations go to the derailer of the week. Do you know how much the comments?
Butt off to be the derailer every week.
Andy's question's an all timer.
It would
by the
also
way.
make it would incentivize us to actually put on a good show.
Yeah.
Andy's
That
question is
that
an
didn't
all
happen today.
timer. He,
Brian,
he
scroll to the
brought one
bottom
to
of
the
the minute.
table. It's an all timer.
Matt says, "Sure, I have a question from Andy. Who are your top 3 Katies you've ever known?"
Who is that for? That's for Ryan?
That's for
There you go.
Andy.
All right,
Oh, yeah.
let's hear-
From
I don't
Andy.
care. It's from all of you. I only
Come
know
on,
one.
Matt.
That's Quick Trip.
Who's your top 3 Katie?
No, one is Quick Trip.
Yep.
Nice.
2, you know what I mean?
Katie Holmes.
Probably, yeah. You know, I mean, Katie's I've met along the way, but like I don't know them really good. But
Here
like,
we
I don't
go.
know. I don't know any Katie's.
Yeah, but how
personally.
good do you know him?
Not at all.
Okay.
Just like I met
Yeah.
some. I
Great.
met them and they're cool.
Katie
And they're
doesn't
cool
know.
people.
Just finish
I-
your beer.
No,
I'm
Just
they're
trying to
feel
figure
like,
out which side of the fence we're on right here.
I feel like
No,
we got
or
a
don't
Katie's that
know.
I've met.
in our
And I
top 3.
just can't tell.
no, you meet people sometimes and they're good people, but like you know what I mean. I'm glad that my wife hates Ryan, or that she might have watched this thing. She told me one time, she's like, "Why do you even have him on?" I watched one
My wife
time
hates
and then-
Ryan too.
No, I'm just kidding. She never said that. My wife has never watched anything I did.
The one thing
Like
I
a
love
live-
about alcohol is you start getting real truthful when you start getting drunk. I
No,
just
I'll tell
learned
you-
Matt Ramage's wife hates me.
No, my wife has never watched the podcast I've done. She watches like the live stream, like the game streams, and it's only to roast me. I'll be like, 1st and 10, whatever. She's like, it's 1st and 8, asshole. There was a penalty. Like, you don't know anything. Like, what are you doing? Or whatever. Not 1st and 8. That was a bad analogy. But like, she'll just correct me in the comments. Like, this guy doesn't know anything. And it says like Michelle Ramage. The people know it's my wife. Like, why is your wife roasting you? I'm like, I don't know. Like, she'll correct my grammar, like on my Facebook post. And like,
So her
My
name
wife
isn't
hates
Katie then.
no, it's not
It's Michelle.
Katie.
Okay.
It is Michelle.
Okay.
And she
No,
hates me.
My wife
She
is always
hates
like, "Can we listen to anything else in the car besides the
man.
Backernet podcast?" I'm like,
Oh,
"He's like, what else would we listen to?"
I wonder how many wives around the country hate me just because their husbands insist on listening to the stupid show in the car. And they're like, I freaking hate this guy so much and his stupid
Yeah.
voice.
My wife definitely has a limit for like how many stories I can repeat from the podcast to her
Sure.
throughout the week. Like, if I do like 2, then the third time I bring something up, she's like, "Okay, what?"
Yeah, my wife has that too. Because I like Theo Vaughn, so I'll tell her like some story, and she'll be like, "Are you telling me a story that my 3rd generation don't give a fuck? Like, what's going on here?" I didn't mean to swear, Ryan.
No,
we
we're
already
past
turned
that.
it off.
It's
We
fine.
turned it off already.
All right, yeah, but like I'll be telling her stories. Like I heard someone else speak about this dude because it's funny,
Yes.
and like this isn't. So I don't really repeat Packer podcast stories, but like it'll be like some clip on TikTok, like someone funny, and she'll be like, "I don't care." And like today, I had a conversation. She had earbuds in. It was the best conversation I ever had with her. She was just nodding to me like, and then like I was like, "This is a good conversation." Then I asked a question that needed to be an answer to, and like she just stared at me, and I was like, "Oh, she's got earbuds in." That's why this conversation went so well. But,
The other day,
anyway.
my wife was hanging out with her family, and they're a bunch of Lions fans, and
Oh,
they
get out of that.
they brought up the Jair coin toss thing, and they're like, "So what's going on with that?" And she told the analogy of like Matt LaFleur being the mom and Brian Gutekunst being the dad, and then she came home and she bragged to me. She's like, "Hey, I told my family that analogy that you told on your podcast." I'm like, "Oh yeah, on my podcast, definitely was me, not Ryan." Great analogy.
Dude, Goose, you're killing me, bro. Goose, shut it down.
Goose said he was going to bring it, and he has delivered.
Matt's new hit
yeah.
song to
He has
all the
delivered.
Katies I've never known before.
I just
Yeah, see, Katie knows.
drink, by the
I
way.
see this comment over here. Put Katie's comment up there. Don't hate on her.
Oh, man.
What do we got? True crime?
I don't know her, but like she makes a good point.
Drink.
Which side? You never know.
Oh, this is funny. This was fun. I've never had this much fun on one of my podcasts. Hey, Ryan doesn't even show up half the time. We have a show tomorrow, Ryan. Hey, Ryan, tomorrow. Remember,
I mixed
6:30.
like one.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
man.
sitting there the whole beginning. I'm like, well, Ryan will be here any minute. He'll be here any minute. And I'm just sitting here like, it's a pick'em show. I'm like, I think the Cowboys might lose. Like everyone's just like the numbers are like, just diving because I'm just sitting here just waiting, looking
Jake
for
and
a
I can
frickin-
relate to this. Jake and
Like
I
a
can relate
lifeline.
to this because it'll be like 6:55, and Ryan's like, "Hey boys, I'm not gonna make it today." We're like, "All right, well, I mean, we can either go live without you, or you can reschedule." He's like, "I don't care, do whatever you want." We're like, "Do you want to reschedule for Wednesday?" He's like, "Nah, I gotta talk to Ramage."
He does say that. It's true.
He's like, I got it. And then he doesn't show up. And like, I'm just sitting there. It's like, then I'm like on the Titanic. That's another Titanic analogy. Me waiting on Ryan. I'm just on the top of that ship, like, do not let go of my hand.
We got a late start on tonight's live stream
Except
because
for
we're all
we all
waiting for
drowned.
Ryan to show up. And Ramage starts filling up my DMs. He's like, dude, when are we gonna go live? And I'm like,
Yeah,
sorry, we're waiting
what's
on Ryan.
happening?
He's like, oh, tale as old as time. Waiting for
Yeah.
Ryan.
That'll happen. But hey, when you are one of the greatest podcasters of all time, you can be a little diva about it. You know what I mean? He knows
I
what
wouldn't
it
know anything
is.
about that.
He's like, and me neither. I'm not even the greatest podcaster on my podcast, and I'm the only one. I have guests, and I always assume they're the best. Anyways,
Sorry, I'm
Anyways.
distracted. I'm over here actually trying to get the robot to create that song to all the Katies
You have
I've never known.
you have a robot.
I got all
know
the
what?
robots, Matt.
So you know, I'm
Which
on
robot does your
vacation this
music?
week. You have a robot, a real robot?
Well,
Like
we all have the
iRobot, like the
robots.
Alexa.
movie?
He's got Alexa.
Yeah.
Dude, you know, I was watching a movie last night, me and my wife, and it was
Alexa,
like,
play Taylor Swift.
do
I
not
mean, we've
yell
t-
that. No, I have headphones on. I'm all
Yeah,
right.
we all
I
got
was gonna-
headphones. That ain't gonna work.
No, but like we were watching a movie and he kept saying Alexis, like yelling it, and then my wife's phone kept like, "Oh, what's up, motherfucker?" Whatever. And then, but my phone didn't do it, and my wife's like, "What the hell?" And she was like, all like getting angry. It was the greatest thing ever. And I was like, "Let's watch this movie again." I didn't care about the movie; it was a stupid movie. She watched it, but I was like, I liked that it irritated her. You know what I mean? Just the little things in life that make you happy. That's all my point is.
Ryan, I don't even know. Like,
Anyways.
do you think we can upload the audio from this live stream or not? I mean,
Not sure.
That's a valid
because
point.
I know I'm not scrubbing through 2 hours plus of audio.
Fair enough.
find-
We'll just
find-
save the part where I have to download this and then send it to you, and you have to upload it.
No, you just have to. No, you listen to this. We're at 156 now. You got that kind of. What do you got going on in your life, JJ? What's going on in your life?
I got
said,
a
like,
lot of Packernet podcast episodes I gotta get caught up
I
on.
swore
okay?
like 4 times. Get off my back. You know how many, dude? I remember one time I had Tom Crabtree, or a few times I had Tom Crabtree, and he kept swearing, and I felt bad back then because I was like, I don't want to tell him you can't swear. So I'm like listening to podcasts, trying to edit this shit out. I'm like, I was just like, you know what? Screw it. It's Crabtree. Let him swear if he wants to swear. I'm not. First
Like,
of all,
who's gonna tune into this episode anyways if you don't know who Tom Crabtree is? Come on.
well, first of all, we're 2 hours in. No one's listening to a 2-hour podcast with us. You got what? We got JJ. We got Pac Daddy. We got this guy who's the only smart person here. They might listen to him.
He doesn't talk,
but
though.
he's sick, and we never let him talk.
Yeah.
Anytime he started to
Problem.
talk, JJ cut him off. He's like, shut up, shut it down. And then you got this drunk guy who just keeps yelling
Oh,
weird
man.
thing, curving off. No one cares,
Don't worry, folks. We'll talk draft on Friday. I promise.
dude. I actually do like this crew. I should have more people on my stuff because like I have Ryan on once in a while, and he's just like, I think the Packers are gonna shut up.
Guess who's getting ghosted tomorrow?
Hey JJ, you want to be a surprise guest? I think I just insulted Ryan one too many times.
Dude, even your channel cannot handle that number of unsubscribes.
No, dude, first of all, more people listen to Packernet podcast than listen to my shit. You know, I get a few people watching like on my live streams, but like no one's listening. No one's listening like after the fact. No one cares. But really, who cares anyways? I don't care.
I'll tell you who's not going to care. Bears fans, after the next game, they're not going to care about anything that's going on in the NFL again for the rest of the
They
season.
won't. That's
They're
what
going
it
to
is.
be knee deep
No,
in
no.
their mock drafts.
Oh, man.
Let's talk about that. Like Aaron Rodgers was on Pat McAfee today, which I don't
Great.
really listen to Pat McAfee. I mean, not that I'm not hating on him. He follows me on Twitter, so I'm gonna toe the line. No, but like I got stuff going on during the day. But I saw the clips. He said us. Aaron Rodgers was like us. And people were like, the hell with that guy? Why'd he say us? Like, who cares? Like, you're a Packer fan, you say us, you probably bought stock. Everyone's like, I can say we because I bought stock. You think Aaron Rodgers don't got $200? I know. Like Tom Crabtree's got stock. A lot of players got stock. I bet Aaron Rodgers flipped a coin and he just threw out $200. I think he'd be all right. it wasn't a big life altering decision for him. But like, who cares if he says it? I actually like it because I think it proves that he cares about the franchise. I don't care what he thinks about whatever, but he cares about the franchise. Like, he's having a good time. Like, he's rooting on Jordan Love. He's rooting on his team. And like, why are people mad? Are you mad, JJ? Let me ask you. Are you mad? Are you angry about that?
I just gotta say, I think that this question should go to Jake because, like, we're trying to work Jake into the pod.
Yeah,
You
Jake,
know,
what do you think about that?
We're trying to give me screen time.
Yeah, you've had enough. You talk a lot, JJ. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hey, I am the host only because
Oh,
Jake and Ryan don't want to be the host. I keep offering.
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah, Ryan.
Nah,
Ryan doesn't like to
nah.
talk. I'm like, hey, want to be a Ryan comes on my show and he's like, I don't like to talk. I'm like, how are you a freaking podcaster? He's like, I don't like to talk that much. I'm like, well, maybe this ain't the thing for you. I don't know. But anyways, Jake.
dude, every Skype
I
call
have-
I've ever had with Ryan is always like, I'm sitting there going, so what should we talk about next? He's like, oh, you're still here.
Yeah, I have a clip. I'm like, hey, Ryan, I got a clip. And he's like, oh, good, sweet. I like clips. I don't like.
Do I need to
talk.
be here for any of this, or can I go do something else?
He's like,
Ryan is a fantastic podcaster.
I don't want to be
Hates-
here. See ya.
Hates
There he
talking
goes.
to anybody. Where'd he go?
I actually think that Ryan.
He left and he left us what the bot created, and it is
Notice how he cleverly
majestic.
only covered me up with that.
Yeah, that was on purpose.
I actually think that
Fantastic.
Ryan's probably the best podcaster of all the podcasts going on back in the world. Oh, is he back? I don't want to say it in front of him. Ryan sucks.
Ryan, you got to sing this song for us here.
No,
What's the song?
what song?
That's a lot of writing. What's that? Is that essay?
Yeah,
No, I want to hear from Jake. What do you think about that, Jake?
what this
Thing
song?
I said. No,
The
the
song?
thing I said about 7 minutes ago.
About Aaron Rodgers being on Pat
Oh, yeah.
McAfee.
It's cool. It's cool.
There you go.
Then he said us. I don't. Gosh, he was there for
I loved it, actually.
so much. Yeah, I don't. That's I get
It made me
Like,
happy.
If Brett does the same thing, right? You're gonna be like, oh,
Yeah.
you can't say that. Like, no, nobody's. I mean, the other stuff he said, there was a lot more,
Well,
talk about that.
Yeah,
we don't need
I
to get
didn't.
into all
Holy
that.
cow,
stuff.
we're not getting into that.
I
stuff.
didn't watch that
Jeez.
part. Yeah, I saw
Wait,
some
what
of
do you
that
guys?
after.
The only other thing I heard was him like crapping on how much the Bears suck. What did I miss?
Oh.
Yeah, and he was like,
Yeah,
What
he
did I
went
miss?
all in.
No
he was like,
idea.
the Bears are like, how is that a rivalry? They never win. He was like, just like, I feel like going in
Yeah.
extra because you don't want to play in the game. Otherwise, he was kind of scaled back. Like, I mean, not really. He kind of went in a little bit, but not. I feel like since you didn't have to play him, didn't have to like shake their hands. But yeah, I saw some of the stuff he said after. I don't know what's true, what's not. I don't care. I
Was he
don't really
crapping on the
know.
Packers or what?
No, he was talking about some others.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just got some
This is getting
sponsorships,
shut
right?
down. This is listen.
I got
we have
sponsored, bro.
Was
Don't
it
you-
just
you can't-
Aaron Rodgers
we
stuff?
have crossed some
Like-
lines a little bit, sure. Harmless lines. I don't think this is one to cross.
Was it just kind of the same sort of bucket of stuff that he gets?
JJ,
Don't wanna
shut
talk
it
about
down.
Don't
Shut it
I'm
down.
asking.
What
All right,
what
the
kind of
reason I'm
headphones are you wearing?
asking is
No.
because
Let me
I'm
ask
going
you.
through
Twitter.
this now, and I don't want to have to go listen to it. So if you
Go
can
to
tell
Twitter.
me, like,
No one's gonna tell you. Go search it. What kind of headphones are those? White headphones you're wearing?
these
What
are
kind of headphones?
skull candy crushers.
There you go, skull candy. That's disgusting. That's kind of a weird thing to call something. What is
These
skull
lyrics are
candy?
covering up.
Grr. I think I'm gonna play Madden after I'm done with this thing. I have a pretty good franchise. I'm pretty excited about it. You know what? You know what, Ryan? You know what,
Yo.
Ryan?
What?
You know my fantasy football league.
Yes.
I lost by 5 freaking points, and
Did you?
I started Amari Cooper. He didn't play. If I'd have
It's
started,
rough, man.
if I'd have
Oh.
started that other prick, Hopkins,
Mm-hmm.
he scored 10 points out of 1.
Yes.
I lost.
I'm sorry.
No,
I came in
it-
fourth.
No, I came in
Wow, I-
second. I came in second, and it's brutal because Tom Crabtree, he was rooting for me. He said, "I'm rooting for you," and I let him down. I think just because I bought his jersey. He's like, "You paid full price for that?" No, Crabtree's the man. Now the whole fantasy team was cool. But I screwed up. I screwed up in the championship. How do you screw up? You know what? I took a nap. And then 30 minutes before the game, they're like, "Yeah, this prick can't go." Like, come on, bro. You couldn't told us that. You knew. Like, it's not like he just like came up lame. He was questionable. You knew. Come on, help me out, bro. What? We can't take naps no more because you're in a fantasy league. Sometimes people get tired. Anyways, I don't want to talk about it. JJ's over. Don't post this on the podcast. We're gonna all get canceled.
I was just looking at the Aaron Rodgers thing, and I can see why you didn't want to talk about it.
Brett Favre.
I don't even know what it was. I just saw clips, but I ain't talking about it. I'm just starting to get sponsors.
It's a little bit dumb from Aaron to like drop a specific name because that does open you up to like defamation lawsuits. Like, say some people and leave it at that. If that's
I don't
what
even
you
know.
want to talk about.
Yeah, I don't even know what he said because I just saw clips or like quotes or whatever. But I'm not gonna get into it. But
it's
sure
really is not
We're
interesting.
not getting it. We are.
I think no, but I will say this: like every athlete has a right to say what they want to say, because like freedom of speech and all that. I'm all down with freedom of speech, saying like you can say whatever you want, but like and people have an opinion. Other people have freedom of speech too. They're gonna say some stuff, and like I say, I don't even know what he said, but I know that some people are a lot upset about it. But like that's how the world works. You say some stuff, like if you're at a bar, like yo, your wife's got she looking good. You might get punched in your mouth. You have a right to say that, but you might come. Your eye might not be the same size when you go home that night.
Great news! We have crossed 2 hours, so I can go to bed.
All right,
in the third half of the show.
All right, no, yeah, we call this halftime around these parts. All right, no, let's wrap this thing up. All right, but hey, JJ. If Ryan goes to me tomorrow, you can come on him, and we can have Jake too. But I'm not used to having smart people on my podcast. But Jake, you're welcome. You're welcome anytime too. And on my show, I'll actually let you talk. I will actually shut up and be like, "Hey, what's this guy think about things?" You know what I like about doing other people's shows is like I don't have to think. Like on my thing, I'm like, I don't really prepare. Like obviously, listen to my stuff, watch my stuff. Everyone's like, "Well, the preparation must have went into this thing." But like I have absolutely no when I go on someone else's. I just talk, and that's why it gets me in trouble sometimes. But JJ's like, "Hey, drink lots of alcohol and then come on my show, and then say dumb things and get canceled." That's a good time.
That's what we need to do next week. We got to have Matt Ramage and Blaine, the half Mexican lawyer, on the show.
There you go,
dude. That would be amazing.
That would be a thing for sure.
However, there would be no point in having me and Jake on for that though.
Or me, honestly.
I will watch. Yeah, no, just those two.
No, I think it's very important to have you guys on.
All right, fine.
Ryan, just open the StreamYard window and let
we'll
Matt
just
and Blaine go
slowly
in.
drop out.
Just let those two go.
No, this was fun. You guys are awesome. If I lose any sponsorship from this, Ryan, I will send you a bill.
Okay. That's an expensive bill.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, don't. My wife, anytime I go live, like I'm been drinking, she's like, don't say nothing crazy. We just got on. Don't screw it up.
We got one final request before we drop out of here. Steven says, can Matt say, boom, tough acting to acting?
Let me get at it. Steven's my guy over here. Yeah. Boom, tough acting to acting. I remember those commercials.
Dude.
Absolutely.
Yeah, John Madden. I feel like I disrespect his whole legacy with that.
That's all right.
Right there. But
like
but shout out to the Packer about. I actually do think that you guys do a great job. You guys absolutely kill it. The whole Packernet community. Way better. Look at this. Can Matt say it? Less filling? Why? I feel like I'm being made fun of now at some point. Great beer, less filling. You know what I mean? First of all, nothing that I'm doing over here is less filling. I feel like a big bloated asshole.
Man.
I mean, not literally in that sense. Great. Can Matt say great beer? Great beer. No, I'm not doing no more. I feel like I'm being made fun of.
Requests, yeah.
We're gonna start making people pay to get Matt to say stuff, and that's just
Oh,
gonna be
man.
our full-time jobs from now on. Everybody wants
Yeah.
to hear Matt say stuff.
Yeah, you over there getting $25 just for being you.
This is
Let me,
feeling
get
borderline
somebody-
inappropriate.
Yeah, I
Hey,
feel
Matt.
like
Matt, can you say?
it reminds me of like when I was in middle school, all these high schoolers would hang out with me. Like, hey, I'll call you later. What's your phone number? And then later on, you find out they just want to talk to your sister.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, I
sure.
I've heard that
Your
happens to
sister's
people.
name's Katie.
I'm leaving. I don't want to talk to you guys no more. I know.
I can't, man. I can't. Yeah. I can't.
Brooke says get a
Alright.
Cameo account.
Oh gosh.
Oh no, I got this one. Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. Yeah, Katie's love Matt. You know what I mean?
Can Matt say, "Nice to meet you, Katie"?
Matt cannot say.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
Well, actually, Katie's asking it.
Oh,
Nice to
shit.
meet. Nice to know you. You want to know what a funny trick?
Whew.
I meet a lot of people like at Lambeau Field, like when I go to games, and I never say nice to meet you because you never know if you met them before. Because again, you meet a lot of people, so I always say nice to see you. Because if you
Yeah.
say nice to meet you to someone that met you 3 times, they're like, "What an ass!"
Right.
Like you're like Charlie, Charlie Sheen in them or something. But anyways, I'm gonna go play Madden and dominate. You guys are probably gonna get me. You're gonna ruin everything I built, which wasn't even much. You know, I
Hey,
just trying to like.
As long as you don't tick off Quick Trip, you're set.
Yeah,
And
I
I
just
saw
got a
you
new one.
announced like some sick new sponsorship deal today.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
got
oh,
2 to
man.
protect now.
Rolling.
Yeah, Nicolay Law, bro. You guys ever
This is
watch Nicolay
perfect.
Law
Dude,
commercials?
that guy popped up like I don't know, it felt like
He's-
6 months ago, and now he's everywhere. Like every commercial's
Yeah,
Nicolay.
he's got a beard like JJ.
Yeah.
People are like, you got to grow a beard now. Like
That's
my
great.
face don't work that way, dude. I'm telling you, if I was like on a deserted island, like Tom Hanks and Castaway,
Freaking
they'd
weird.
find me 4 years later looking the same way, maybe a little more dirtier. I have like some dirty beard like Ryan's got, just some. Looks like you're like there's
Garrett.
16-year-olds.
Garrett.
Ryan,
Oh,
can you take these
Garrett.
Eric's off the screen. So
There we go. No, we gotta. Matt has to sing this.
Is that a song?
Something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
No, you had to pay at a cameo for that.
All right. There you go.
No, I'll sing
There
it.
you
Want me to
go.
sing it? Nice to meet you.
No. Not that. Not that.
Oh, what do I sing?
This whole
I
thing in the
did-
middle, man. This whole thing in the
What-
middle.
Matt,
Oh yeah.
It's
I
the
didn't
song.
want the real. No, I can't sing that. I feel like you set me up. I think you set me up. I think you
looking
set me
at?
up.
what are you
It
looking
is
at?
his song, apparently.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
It doesn't
Matt.
matter. It doesn't matter.
Oh,
Matt,
that's
it's,
funny.
look at the middle of the screen in between you and me.
Oh, I can't see that. Bro, that's small letters, bro. You think I can read that?
It's been
That's
covering
all
up my face for the last 50 minutes.
I know, and I was thankful for that. But I can't-
Russian- It was one of the
But I
stars
can't.
of the fourth half. So
yeah, I can't read that. Like so you see my eyes and you think I can read small writing. Is that what you think? That's what
I
you
believe.
I'm a believer.
No, I can't barely see. I'm right now my eye is staring into a freaking
Hey,
Oh.
Blaine is in the chat.
There he
Blaine,
is.
did you
Staring
hear
into a light.
the scheduling conversation? We were saying Matt's going to come back on here next week if you come on here as well. And
It's
then
gonna
there'll
be
no need
mayhem.
for me and Jake. But
Yeah, I'm taking a week
it's
off.
gonna be mayhem.
I'll come back if well, first of all, you don't let him talk anyways. Why would he even be here this week? Like anytime he's like, hey, let's talk about the draft. And like, yeah, I think that shut up. Guys just talk over him. Like I don't. He's the smartest person here. It's like, I bet Einstein got that sometime when he did podcasts.
Jake, we did have a draft question earlier that I
No idea.
There was a draft question earlier that I wanted you to get to. It was about Blake Corum, and I wanted you to talk about whether
Matt
the
just
Packers
says, "Oh yeah,
would draft Blake
you
Corum.
don't freaking know."
No,
Would they
it's
draft
such a
Blake
Is this a serious
he's like,
question?
He's like, I got a question about this guy, kinda. I'm not sure, but what do you think about that guy? Let's get after it.
Are we getting after
No.
it? The fifth half?
No. This is like the
Oh,
seventh.
good
half.
lord!
Third half.
I've never done a
supposed to be
podcast
this.
this long in
Third
my
half.
life.
I'm
I
gonna
almost
see how
peed
many
myself.
subscribers I can get while I sit here and sleep in my chair.
Are you growing subscribers? Hey, subscribe to Matt.
I don't
Ramage,
know.
too.
Probably not. We're dropping viewers. I know that much.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Is anyone watching? I feel like there's four
people.
viewers.
I don't know why, but
There's four. There's four for sure, and they're all us.
yeah,
You're
right.
getting like a new comment every
No.
second for
They're
45 minutes.
17.
And now I think it's just too old for this.
At
And,
least on YouTube. They're 17.
Yeah,
that's it.
too old for just waiting to drop his office lines, which I appreciate.
You know. Oh, okay. Ryan put his hoodie on. I feel like that's when I like move chairs in the
sleep.
break room. It's like if you move spots in the break room, your break starts over. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. They don't feel the same at my bosses, but whatever.
Here's the
what do you-
proof that Blaine just tuned into the live stream.
Oh, Blaine.
Blaine, you're
All right,
late,
boys,
bro.
we need everybody back in the stream. We got to go over this again. Let's go. Get back
Bring him
in
back.
here. Run it back.
Bring him back.
Goose, where are you?
Actually,
Get
we
out
should
of bed,
ask Matt
Goose.
that question. Matt needs to answer. Who is Katie, Matt?
I have no idea. I met her one time at Lambeau Field. My wife hasn't texted
Blaine.
me who the fuck's Katie yet, so I know we're doing all right. I know she
Blaine,
hasn't.
Katie is Matt's long lost love. He's been searching for her all these
Oh.
years.
My brother-in-law's
Trying to
coming with
reconnect.
me to the Packer game, and my brother-in-law is coming to this Packer game
Nice.
Oh, man.
because I bought tickets. I'm
I'm
like, hey, you wanna
painting
go
with you
in
in the
the
background. Just too lazy to
Packer? I got gas, bro. You ever get gas sometimes?
That's what all the people
Yeah.
tuned into the podcast are. They either fell asleep or they just can't quite reach their tablet or something
like-
to turn it off.
They're
The
very
remote
gassy.
ran out of batteries.
Like I could turn this off, but like at
can't-
this point, 216 in, yeah.
I'm invested now, man. I got to see how this ends.
I
I'm
can't
kinda-
get my phone to stop doing like an autoplay. So like when a podcast episode that I want to listen to ends, it automatically starts playing like some
So-
unrelated crap.
So, are
It
you
does it
trying to
every
listen
time.
to a podcast while recording this podcast, or what's going on over there? You're like, these guys are boring me. I'm gonna listen to the NFL on Fox podcast, or
I got Aaron
listen to Andy
Nagler on
Herman.
TV over
Yeah,
here.
you're listening. Like these guys are boring. I'm gonna listen to Andy Herman. He actually knows what the hell's going on with the world.
Did you
That's
guys
where I get my
hear-
information.
Did you hear Nagler's epic rant the other day about the defense? It was like during the
That
Panthers game. Did you see that?
that's old. That's old. It's like
Yeah,
what's
but
that,
it
2
was
weeks
so
old.
good. Yeah,
No, it's
2
2
weeks
weeks
old. It was
old.
so good.
But
It
yeah,
was so
but
good,
you
though.
like you said the word new. You said the word new. If you're up on She Said TV social media
I don't think I
platform,
said no,
then
but
I
I did.
I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to talk trash. I feel like I know you good enough now where I can roast you.
hey, I've been
I don't
on your
know-
show already.
I don't know Jake that good. I can't talk shit to, or I can't talk trash to him. See, that's why I haven't. That's why I don't drink this much on my own show. Because I can't swear. No, but I'm just.
Blaine's
kidding,
gonna get
Jake.
us canceled.
Yeah.
Who's Blaine? Oh yeah, Blaine. He has to comment. What's up, Blaine? I'm too drunk. to
Don't
be on
put
this
Blaine's
thing.
comment on screen. We'll get canceled.
This one?
Jerk.
Yeah.
Uh,
listen
Hey,
to
I like
Nagler.
Nagler. For the record, I like Nagler.
No, I do. I actually Nagler's one of my favorite people. Like have him on a show. He's fun. I met him in real life. He bought me lunch one time. He didn't buy it. We went to have the lunch, and I just walked off before we were done.
That's always the
I'm
best thing. If you want to be my friend, get me
I
food.
I assume he
Grin.
paid. I'm just kidding. No, Nagler's awesome. I don't care what anyone says.
The only
I know-
non-awesome dude out there is
Who
Paul
is?
Allen,
Who?
Vikings announcer.
Oh,
Can't, Dude, his mouth right
Who is
checks.
no? Let me ask you this, JJ. Who is the worst Packers social media content creator?
Well, it used to be at Packers on Twitter, but they've stepped up their game recently.
All right, no, then who's
Tyler.
He's really trying to just get you to
Tell you,
name
Dick.
drop somebody here.
next? Yeah.
And I'm
Who's
not
like
going to
the
let it
worst?
happen. I'm curious
Tyler.
where this is headed.
Yeah, who is the worst podcaster that talks about the Packers? Not named Matt Ramage. Because I don't want to. I'll ask him. He'll be like, you.
Anytime, bro. Anytime. Throw me $20. I'll throw your law firm on the podcast. I'll throw you on here right now. Throw me a little graphic and like $5. I'll put it up there.
I don't know. Here's the problem is that the answer is
I'm just kidding. I'm not just kidding. I don't.
that
I
there-
don't really-
none
I
of
don't
them
really want
actually
to-
suck. It's just like
Yeah.
you know
Yeah,
who's
some
your
do.
flavor, and that's the nice thing about like there being so many Packers podcasters out there is that there is somebody for everybody. A lot of them
No.
are not for me, but there's somebody for
That was
everybody.
a very nice politically correct coaching
No,
speak
I'm
answer.
tired of
I
getting
actually
canceled,
think-
if I'm being honest.
I actually think that's the right answer because like I would say like people like if you want to know stuff, you can listen to Andy Herman. You can listen to Ryan. Ryan will tell you some stuff. Like I always say that Ryan is a lot like me, except for he knows stuff. Like I will rant about nothing. I'll rant. The Bears suck. Why? Because they're the freaking Bears. That's why. Like Ryan will be like, here's why the Bears suck. Because since 2013, they've had this many yards. And they have this many. Like I'm not gonna give you the details. I'm just gonna say,
No.
yeah, I ain't got no details for you. But the Bears suck, and the Lions do too. And I've been nice to Lions fans. I don't have no details for you, except for like 4 years ago they couldn't fill their stadium, and now they're calling themselves the Lions Pride. Take the bags. They put the ski masks on their head. That's it. And then the Lions players like, let's not do that no more. Too many gas stations were getting robbed around Detroit, so they're like, let's take those off. Let's not do that no more. No, but I screw Detroit too. Screw the Bears. Screw the Vikings. The Vikings, their whole thing is stolen. I think the Packers talk about like division, like supremacy. Doesn't even matter about wins because the Packers actually have culture. The Packers actually have some good things
We do
happening.
have culture. It's beer.
I feel like since
Yeah.
we're past 2 hours, we should talk about Epstein's Island. What do you think?
All right, I gotta go.
Which
I'm
Packers
gonna go.
podcaster is on Epstein's Island?
Oh, man.
I'm gonna go play men.
I mean, I didn't mean that. I meant Jimmy Kimmel. What should we talk about?
Jeez.
Dude, I get emails, right? I get emails and then
Oh, man.
from this and like, do you want to be on Jimmy Fallon's podcast? We'll pay you $2,000. I was like,
You
I
get
feel
that
like I'm gonna
email?
get-
I don't get that email.
well, I'm gonna get robbed if I
All right.
respond to it. You think Jimmy Fallon? You think Jimmy Fallon's gonna pay me $2,000 to talk to him?
Well, I would
First
at
of all,
least be flattered to get spammed.
Ryan refreshes his spam folder every day. Like,
Please.
nobody wants to talk to
He's
me.
like,
at least
oh,
know
I'm-
me well enough to lie to
you know,
me.
you know,
he doesn't even get
podcast.
ads
Wanna
for
come
like
on, Jimmy?
Viagra.
Nobody's even
You
listened
know-
to my
Derek.
podcast and know to
You know-
spam me.
you know, Ryan's only getting that Viagra spam, and that's because his wife signed him up.
Look, I would
Oh, what
I would
happened?
I would love to name
I
drop
don't know.
the worst
There we go.
Packers content creator out there, but his
Oh.
fan would come after me.
No,
There you
don't.
go.
Yeah, don't name me. All right. I will have that one person come after you.
Yeah, his one fan.
Yeah. Name it Billy.
I really
And he
thought
loves
if I
me.
started talking Epstein, we'd shut this thing down, and yet we're still talking.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
All right.
Chat is
Oh, I'm
like,
watching.
Chat has like found its second wind.
There's
Watching
Alright.
no
McKinstry get off
stopping this
blocks.
freaking train.
Let's not post this to the internet. Let's delete it. Anyone who watched
Some of these
live,
we definitely cannot
see-
put on screen, but they're hilarious.
they are. This was fun.
Too old for
But
this.
I
Says,
am-
of course, we have culture. We have Katie.
Yes.
Katie's awesome.
Did you see?
Oh,
there's a nice comment from Boz. Did you
Yeah.
see that?
Katie, the
No.
ground
It's,
posse.
three up from where you are. There you go.
Thanks, boss.
Perfect.
Appreciate you,
All
dude.
right. I have to pee again. I'm gonna go because I'm gonna pee.
Matt,
and then we
thank-
get more of it.
Matt,
What do you got?
Oh, are you trying? You're gonna
No,
say you're getting back on here, or are you getting off?
No, I know. I think I need to go.
Yeah.
We're getting. Yeah, I think we're all getting.
I
off.
wanted to. Yeah,
I mean,
just wanna
not
thank you
getting
for-
I
off.
just lost him his
off.
2 sponsors. I think we've done enough for the day.
I just wanted to thank you, Matt, for being on here. I hope you'll come back and join us again. Maybe we can get you and Blaine on here next week if Blaine can't think of any good excuses. Ryan, you got to be the one to talk him into it because
No,
It shouldn't
I'll
take too
do it.
much talking into it. He'll do it.
No, I'll do it. No,
you should
I
see
think
the excuses
Packernet-
Blaine gives me for why he can't come on here every week.
no. I
Yeah,
think
sorry, I
you
gotta
guys do
dust
great
under my
work.
bed.
Packernet, I think is the best podcast. Little crew you guys got. I had to beg people to come on my podcast. Like, look at my podcast. Like, what are we gonna talk about? What you gonna do? Are you drinking? What's happening? What are we doing over there? Like, I don't know. What you want me to drink? Like, yeah, I want you to drink. You're boring when you're sober. Like, I'll drink. My wife's like, are you drinking again? I'm like, they said I gotta drink. I don't know what to tell you. No, but I think you guys are awesome. If I don't get canceled from this one, I will definitely do it. But if you get me canceled, you can rot in hell. I just got on. You know what I mean? I barely just started getting.
You might
deals.
have.
Don't post this anywhere. Delete everything. I'm gonna unshare it on Facebook. Shut it down. No, but I actually do appreciate you. I think Ryan, I think JJ, you guys are awesome. I don't know Jake, but I know he's smart. Even though that's why you know how I know he's smart, because anytime he starts to talk, JJ's like, like he's trying to shut him down because JJ's like, you ever be around someone like you're the smartest person in a room all the time? You get in a room with someone who's smarter, and you're like, that guy's a dick. Like same thing. Like if you're supposedly funny, you start walking in a room and this guy like everyone's laughing at him. Like that guy's an ass. He's not funny. That guy steals jokes. He's just repeating Dave Chappelle skits. Whatever. That guy's in it. That's kind of the same thing. Anyways, I'm just kidding. But I appreciate you guys having me on. You guys are awesome. Way better than my show. That's why I have
you're
Ryan
awesome,
come on.
Matt. And Katie
Everybody
is
make
awesome.
sure you subscribe to the Matt Ramage Show. Follow Matt on Facebook at Matt Ramage. That's Rampage without a P. Pretty darn easy. And follow Jake at Jake NFL Draft. Is that right? On Twitter. And Jake,
How many times we've been doing this? You know that's right.
Yeah, he's like, is that right? The person I never talked to before. Jake Draft NFL _
Jake, you
Like
got a
it's
live
just-
stream on Friday. Are you actually going to talk on it?
Yeah, maybe we'll see.
Yeah, if you're not there, JJ, you're not on the thing. Let him. Anytime they got a hiccup, you're like, yeah. Anyway, it's like I was saying.
I've been on Jake's live stream one time. He's never invited me back on. I think.
Yeah,
talked
I
too
wonder
much.
why. Probably because you just don't shut the hell up. Anytime that guy starts to.
That's why you didn't ever have me back on your podcast after that one time.
No, I actually
the very
want
next
people.
week. I think the very next week after me, you had Preston Smith on, and you were like immediately tweeting like, "This is the best episode I've ever had. Best guest. Never had so many new subscribers ever." And I was like, "Yeah, fair enough." Fair
Yeah,
enough.
smartest person I ever talked to. I mean, and that was when I talked to Ryan.
Can't Smith.
No, Preston Smith podcast was funny because I think I'm the only person who interviewed Packers players while drunk. And I was as drunk then as I was that I am right now. I talked to Kenny Clark, Preston Smith. I was hammered. That's what you gotta do. Because what do you want? I wasn't gonna talk to him sober and be like, "Oh, so what's your favorite color?" I want to be like, "Dude, I have no business interviewing any players."
Maybe that's my mistake because people don't like me when I'm sober. Maybe I just need to try getting drunk.
Yeah, you see, here's a secret. Everyone else likes you buzzed up except for your wife. You know, you crack a beer, she's like, it's 3:00. Like, I don't remember asking the time, but like, I don't know what it is with the cracking of a beer that automatically makes wives announce the time. It's 10:30 in the morning. All right, thanks for the heads up. All right. I don't know what that's about. But
My wife announced to me earlier this week. She's like, "Hey, so listen,
I'm pregnant.
we're we're doing this thing. It's a 75-day diet and no alcohol, and you're doing it." I'm like, "Oh, sweet."
Yeah, my
Can't
wife
tell me
told me
something.
that. I'm like, hey, I'm doing this new thing where I get divorced. I'm not doing that. My wife's my wife. We're joined sober October. I'm like, hey, just because it rhymes doesn't make you should do it. You know what I mean? It's like, don't try to get fucking Dr. Seuss with me. All right, I'm getting drunk.
You're like, well, I'm gonna celebrate. I'm gonna celebrate.
Hey, if you're in a funk, get drunk. You know what I mean? If we want to rhyme, I can rhyme too.
We're gonna celebrate Baboon June next.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
No,
All
they
right.
always got this like sober October. Yeah, get the hell out of here. It's cold. It's October when it's cold starts happening. That's when you need to get hammered. All right. You know what I mean?
Oh no!
Oh, of course it
no.
would be Hultras who posts this. Him or Jason Ward would be the other guy who would post something like this. Dude, I never
Dude, they
met
make-
somebody in my life who hates.
Dude, they make him look
Joe
such
Barry like
badass.
Jason
So
does.
there is no picture of me like, looking as badass as Joe Barry. Because with my eye, you can't look badass with a fricked up eye. Looking over there, staring
you
at the
need-
ceiling.
Your profile picture,
Professor
I
Cakes and I
can
are on the
make you a
same
sick.
page.
I can make you a sick Photoshop
Page.
profile picture with like a third eye in your forehead.
I'm not sure that would help. I feel like that'd make it worse than it's already happening. People already make fun of my eyes. They don't add one. I'm like, yeah, make fun of this now. I got one on my forehead. Like, oh, I thought that was a zit. That's an actual eye. What's up, Katie? Shout out to
Oh,
Katie.
gosh.
Shout out to Katie. She's got a couple months ago. I told my husband we are drunk enough. His response, "What the f is we suck?" Drinking is not a team sport. That is like the best comment ever. It's true. I don't know why. I don't know why though. When you crack a beer, some people feel the need to tell you the time. I don't know what one has to. Like it's 10
Wait,
o'clock.
we did this one already. We did this one.
I know, but like, I don't understand. Anyways, I'm gonna go. Play
No, it's a
my-
recurring bit,
I'm gonna
JJ.
click
What do you mean?
end stream in about 30 seconds. So get all your
Yeah.
comments out.
Yeah.
No, I forgot.
Get
I
your
forgot what
thoughts
was
out.
happening. See, that's what's happening. I think I'm like in like the if you're
Somebody
in a
grab
movie,
the
like
hook.
I'm starting to black out. End this thing. I'm starting to black out.
All right.
Somehow the viewers
then-
have gone up, just for the record. But yeah, let's.
That's insane.
Good night, everybody.
2:31.
We're gonna let Ryan get some sleep.
Thank you.
What is it? The
Matt,
Pat
thank you so
McAfee
much
show?
for
It's like a
hopping on here.
3-hour show.
It literally
appreciate-
almost hit 3.
No, I appreciate you.
I mean, Andy paid
having
for
me
a fourth hour.
all right,
That's true,
JJ,
that's
shut
true.
it down. JJ, shut up. Let it end. It's done. It's over. Night, guys.
All right,
Glad
that works.
Okay.
He
Hey,
did that to
Katie,
himself. I didn't kick him
Glad-
off.
Thanks, Katie, for hopping on.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna get out of here. Have yourselves a good night.